Now back to the Lake Elsinore Storm pregame show on Cash 1700.
Rancho starters getting introduced before the national anthem and also ready for a Game 4 matchup. Storm, the Padres affiliate against the Quakes, the Angels affiliate. Storm sent to the mound Cesár Ramos, the left-hander out of Pico Rivera, Long Beach State star with the 49ers. And this season with the Storm, 17 starts, 18 games all total, and a 5-4 record with a 3.10 earned run average that is fifth lowest in the Cal League. Ramos against Rancho. He's made 2 starts, no decisions, 11 innings. The Quakes hitting .231 against him, and Ramos on the mound today looking for a victory. Cesár, he's lost only 1 time in his last 9 outings, and coming off a victory, he's 4-1 in his last 5 decisions, and I'll take my chances today with the left-hander again out of Pico Rivera. Meanwhile, out of El Paso, Texas, Fernando Rodriguez for the Quakes. He has only 1 win since the 1st of June, but pretty solid numbers. The league hitting .289 against him, 7-4 with a 4.44, and against the Storm, Fernando Rodriguez 0-1, just 1 start, and on the mound trying to even the series at 2 apiece. Anthem's upon us. We're closing shop on the pregame show, reminding you to get the feeling Toyota. Fans, when we come back, a look at the Storm batting lineup. We'll then enjoy first pitch action right after this timeout.
You've been listening to the Lake Elsinore Storm pregame show on Cash 1700, presented by the Toyota dealers of Southern California. Right now, it's incredibly easy to get a great lease or low financing on any new 2006 Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Just see your Southern California Toyota dealer today. Please stay tuned for all the play-by-play coverage coming up next on Cash 1700.
Sparkplugs.com is the one stop for all your spark plug needs, whether it's your family SUV, dirt bike, sandrail, boat, RV, jet ski, or generator. Sparkplugs.com will have it in stock. If it's made by NGK, Denso, Champion, Autolite, or Splitfire, Sparkplugs.com has it on their shelf, ready to ship. Looking for technical or crossover information? Log on today to Sparkplugs.com and see why they are the only source you'll ever need for spark plugs. Sparkplugs.com. If they make it, we stock it.
Get ready to play ball. Celebrating year number 13 at the Diamond, the Lake Elsinore Storm professional baseball team invites you to be a part of America's pastime. Your Storm, the San Diego Padres California League affiliate, will make another run for the title, seeking their 3rd league championship in franchise history. Enjoy the fun at the ballpark and exciting Storm action. Here with all of the play-by-play coverage is Sean McCall on Cash 1700.
Welcome back, Storm fans, to the epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga. Happy Sunday. I'm Sean McCall. Very pleasant good afternoon to you, Eddie. Thanks, as always, for the help in studio at Cash 1700, where money talks, and so do I. Storm, going back to a weekend series last weekend in High Desert, they took 2 of 3 from the Mavericks, a club that had won 14 straight at Friendly Maverick Stadium. Storm won 2 of 3. Carried that into a homestand at the Diamond, 3 straight against Lancaster. A win today by the Storm, and they take 3 of 4 from their I-15 rivals. And currently, Lake Elsinore not only 7-3 here in Rancho, but 9 of the first 13 head-to-head in favor of the Storm. Fernando Rodriguez, Rancho starter, going through his warm-up pitches. He'll have to take on a Storm batting lineup that is brought to you by the Mill Restaurant in downtown Murrieta. Gourmet pizza, pasta, and salads, breakfast on the weekends. Say hi to Kirk Dye and friends, Adam Bouvet and company, and enjoy the Mill. Isn't that what you came for? For manager Rick Renteria, tied for first in the second half in his club today, 1 through 9 like this. Josh Howard will lead off and play left. Sean Kazmar back to his comfort zone, at least as a professional, number 2 hitter and second baseman. Peter Ciafrone DHing. Nick Crosso will bat cleanup and play right field. Tim Brown, number 5 hitter and first baseman. Nick Hundley off to a great Cal League career. Not that he wants to stay here too long, but Hundley batting 6th, only in his 5th Cal League game with the Storm. He's the catcher, flashing the signs for the lefty Cesár Ramos. The bottom third of the Storm batting lineup, Matt Hagan batting 7th, playing 3rd. Skip Adams, the number 8 hitter and shortstop, back in the mix. And Yordani Ramirez, 3 for 4 yesterday, one of the stars of the game in last night's 8-2 victory. Ramirez playing center field, batting 9th and rounding out a Storm lineup that's brought to you by the Mill Restaurant in downtown Murrieta. Isn't that what you came for? Fernando Rodriguez has finished up his warm-up pitches. Making start number 18, his second against Lake Elsinore. Big kid, 6'3", 210-pounder. He's a Gemini, 22 years young. And ready to go with top of the order, Josh Howard at the plate. Thanks to Cameron, the official scorekeeper, 96 degrees, 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing out toward right field, and Howard at the plate against Rodriguez. First pitch fastball for a strike. We're underway. Just a little tardy, but 5:07 in Rancho. Happy Sunday. Third baseman in tight, that's Sandoval. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled there at the plate. 0-2 the count. Defensively for Rancho, Tim Duff is the catcher, flashing signs for Fernando Rodriguez. If the name sounds familiar, last night it was Francisco Rodriguez. And no, not the big leaguer on a rehab stint, but a young man who hails instead from Mexicali, Mexico. He suffered the loss in yesterday's storm win, but the battery today, Rodriguez, the right-hander, Fernando to Tim Duff. Duff sets up in the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a half-hearted swing by Howard. A pitch in the dirt that Duff comes up throwing, and gone is Howard on the strikeout. Lead-off punch-out for Fernando Rodriguez in 103 innings, now 73 strikeouts. He's also walked only 30.
Number 4, Sean Kazmar.
His average, 3 walks every 10 innings. Good or bad, it is what it is. But a lead-off strikeout, Howard, who had 2 hits Thursday, 2 more Friday, none yesterday, and 0 for 1 for now. Here's Sean Kazmar at the plate, right-handed hitting second baseman. He's hitting 2 straight, comes in batting .238. Yesterday, 2 for 5 for Kazmar. Played shortstop the last 2 games, and the 1-0 to Kaz is lifted high, playable in center for Fuller. Cody to his left a few steps underneath to make the catch, and leadoff strikeout followed by the flyout. 2 up, 2 down for DH Peter Ciafrone. Rancho in the home white attire. The first 2 games, the Quakes were in the throwback look, the old school look with a tribute to the Negro Leagues. But yesterday, back in that home white attire where Rancho has won 26 of 50 at the epicenter. But again, they've lost 7 of 10 to the Storm here. Here's Ciafrone hitting .339. Peter, he had 3 hits on Thursday, 3 more Friday. Bumped his average up to .347, and the 4-game hitting streak ended yesterday with an 0 for 4. First pitch from the righty Rodriguez slides away, 1-0. Still, though, his 50th game of the season with Lake Elsinore, and Ciafrone with 48 RBI, 60 hits. The 1-0 fastball, a strike, it evens the count, 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Let me set the defense. Michael Collins, the first baseman. Ryan Leahy at second. Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop. Freddy Sandoval playing in the 5.5 hole. He's at third. The outfield in a moment. The 1-2 swung on, grounded left side. Rodriguez, the shortstop, that is. Backhands the long throw, and the catch is made by Collins. Ciafrone gone on the ground out. By the way, the outfield for Rancho, Drew Toussaint, Cody Fuller, Cliff Remley from left to right. In the inning, strikeout, fly out, ground out. Rodriguez, quick work. We're through 1 half at the epicenter. Fans, enjoy your Sunday with the Storm in mind. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Lake Elsinore nothing. The hometown Quakes, they're coming to bat.
Former UCLA Bruin quarterback Matt Stevens and Paradise Chevy spokesperson Rachel York.
Matt, when was the last time you were moved by an offer?
Back in 1984. We're playing the University of Nebraska, and all game long, those big Husker linemen kept offering to move me to the sidelines permanently.
I remember you were sacked 6 times.
7.
Ouch! Well, here's a play call that can really have you moving.
Hut. Now move out in a brand new 2005 Chevy Tahoe LS at just $28,495 net from Paradise Chevrolet. On approval of credit, $28,495 net price after $2,500 factory plus $1,500 loyalty rebate. The number 148536.
Paradise Chevrolet. Temecula Auto Mall.
It's Padres time.
We're back with Vinny Castillo, who plays on the left side with Khalil Green. You know, Vinny, Khalil's hit the most home runs on the 3rd deck of the Western Metal Building.
That's right, EY. That's why they named a room after him.
What room?
You know, the green room.
Go on, Vinny. Here's where you can see Vinny and Khalil in action.
See your Padres battle the Washington Nationals Friday, August 4th at 7:05 and get a new Padres t-shirt presented by the Aflac All-American High School Baseball Classic. Get your tickets at Padres.com or 1-877-FRIAR-TICKS. Padres Baseball.
Have you ever found a penny on the ground? Of course you have. Well, imagine that for the next 50,000 steps you take, there's always a penny at your feet. feels like that.
Have you ever put on a pair of clean pants and found a $20 bill in the pocket? Man, that's a good feeling, right? Well, take that feeling and multiply it by 25 pairs of pants, and you're close.
New GEICO customers report average annual savings of $500 on their car insurance. Discover how it feels and how much you could save. Go to geico.com. Simple as that.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
0-0, bottom of one. Cesár Ramos on the mound for the Storm against the leadoff hitter for Rancho, DH Nate Sutton. First pitch missing, 1-0. Sutton, 277 batter. He's hit in 5 straight. He's had a solid series. The 1-0. There's a called strike, even up 1-1. The catcher, Nick Hundley, flashing signs for Ramos. Storm in the road gray look today. Gray tops, gray pants, the black hat with the red bill, the eyes that'll look right back at you. And Ramos as well with a high rally sock look going. 1-1 from Cesár is lifted into left field. Playable for Josh Howard, who backpedals and settles underneath, and Sutton gone on the fly out. Nate in this series, 2 for 5 on Thursday with a home run. He went 2 for 5 on Friday with a walk-off home run and a 2-run triple. Yesterday, went 1 for 4. Here today, 0 for his first one, and brings up Freddy Sandoval, switch hitting third baseman, 271 batter. Yesterday, 1 for 4, having a 2 for 11 series. Open stance at the plate, and Ramos' first pitch hit foul to the right, out of play, and it's 0-1. The rest of the defense, Tim Brown at first, Sean Kazmar at second, Skip Adams playing back at short, Matt Hagan, even with the bag at third. In the outfield left to right, Josh Howard, Yordani Ramirez, and Nick Crosta. 1 out, nobody on, the 0-1, swung on, 1 hop to Adams, the shortstop to his left, shuffles the feet a little bit, throws to first, Sandoval gone on the ground out. Ramos has only thrown about 4 pitches so far, and 5 in fact, and it brings up Sean Rodriguez. I like the matchup today. You got a 7-game winner against a guy that's got 5 W's and a earned run average that is 5th lowest in the Cal League. Currently, High Desert, formerly their starter now, reliever now starter, Jared Plummer leads the league with 10 wins. Ramos looking for his 6th today. Sean Rodriguez, 300 batter, takes a pitch up high, and right-handed hitting shortstop ahead, 1-0. Rodriguez has played 88 games, 106 hits. That leads Rancho. 18 home runs as well, and he's had 2 in this series. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup. 1-1 the count. But currently, Sean Rodriguez tied for second with 4 others. But they are current leaders because Mark Reynolds is no longer in the league. His number stands at 23. If nobody catches him, he would be the league leader in 06, but he's not currently in the league. The 1-1, taken down low, 2-1. 0-0 in the first. Yesterday, Rancho scored in the first and then not again until the 6th inning on this guy's home run. That made it a 3-2 game. Storm got 5 in the 9th to win 8-2 last night. 2-1 pitch, line foul, over the seats right side, and it's 2-2. Thursday was one of the nicest nights I can remember here in Rancho in a while. Backdrop was terrific. It was clear. Weather was cooperating. Very pleasant. Great way to begin the homestand for Rancho and a road trip for the Storm. And then warm nights on Friday and Saturday. Today, warm as well with the earlier start time and that 5:07 first pitch. 2-2 pitch, just off the plate outside, 3-2. The Storm went quickly against Fernando Rodriguez. Ramos looking likewise for a 1-2-3. Infield playing back, spread out. Hundley has flashed the signs, and the 3-2 from Cesár. Swung on, lined out into center field. Base hit, Sean Rodriguez. A line drive type hitter with plenty of pop. Picks up the 2-out single. Rodriguez in the series. First of all, he's hit in all 4 games in the series. He's now hit in 5 straight overall. But he had 2 hits Thursday. 1 for 4 Friday. Yesterday, 1 for 4 with the home run, as mentioned. And he singles here in the bottom of the first. Here's Michael Collins, right-handed hitting first baseman. Listed as a catcher on the roster. got her birthday coming up in just a couple of days, and the 302 batter who leads Rancho in the batting average department takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Collins as well, 59 RBIs. That paces the Quakes. 70 gets you top 5 in the league. 77 leads the league. 1-0 from Ramos. Swung on, fouled back. 1-1 the count. For Michael Collins, he's hit in every game in this series as well. Collins going back to Thursday's Game 1 matchup. 1 for 4, then had 3 hits Friday. Yesterday, 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a couple of Ks. 3-0 hitter. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit foul. First base sidelined, out of play, and a ball and 2 strikes. The count favors Cesár Ramos, the 22-year-old. New baseballs brought out to blue. A new pearl was thrown out there to Ramos. Cesár against Rancho. He's made a couple of starts, 11 total innings, allowing 9 hits. Here today, fly out, ground out, and Rodriguez lines a pitch into right center. Sean has his lead over at first, and a 1-2 coming up to Collins with Cody Fuller on deck. Ramos will throw over to first, playing catch with Tim Brown. Later in this ball game, Brown will have to contend with the sunshine that will set from the third base side, and on a throw across, he may have trouble when he looks toward the pitcher's mound. The mascots for the Quakes, Tremor and Aftershock, on the first base and third base dugouts respectively, trying to entertain and encourage the faithful Quakes fans. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, grounded foul into the Rancho dugout. Guys leaning forward there over the railing. On the other side, with the sun factor, you don't see the Storm players hanging out near the railing. They're hiding, leaning back under the alleged roof of that dugout area. 0-0, bottom of 1. Ramos got 2 quick outs, 5 pitches in, and then Rodriguez hit a 3-2 pitch into right center, and a 1-2 coming up to Collins. Cesár set. Here's the pitch. Down low in the dirt, Hundley slowed it down, and no chance for Rodriguez to advance. Ramos wants a new baseball, gives an underhand flip to Blue, and an overhand toss in return. It's 2-2 to Collins. Michael this season against Lake Elsinore hitting .313. And these two teams have played 13 times. He's been in every game. The Storm have won 9 of those 13, and along the way, Collins, 10 RBIs against Storm pitching. Wouldn't be surprised if Rodriguez is off and running, but also you don't want to take the bat away from Collins. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Ramos worked down and in, and Collins gone on the strikeout. Yes, even on a Sunday, 2 words for Michael Collins. Sit down. Gone on the strikeout. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. 1 complete in Rancho. It's scoreless at the epicenter.
Paris Valley Auto Center, where every new car purchase comes with a 1-year maintenance policy and receive an oil change for just $15.95 for most cars when you mention this ad. Paris Valley Auto Center is the top in customer satisfaction in the region and within minutes of anywhere in the valley. Bring in any auto ad and we'll show you the Paris Valley difference. Every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul warranty. Kia, a great car at a great price.
Is your corporate image confused by multiple designs? Are you trying to coordinate with 3 or 4 different vendors to get your advertising and marketing materials produced? Robinson Printing is the perfect solution, and we do it all under one roof. Robinson Printing specializes in quality, full-color digital offset printing. We also offer creative graphic design, digital commercial photography, and complete in-house bindery. Located in Temecula, call us at 951-296-0300 or visit us online at robinsonprinting.com.
Wake up! It's time for the semi-annual jewelry and watch sale at Overstock.com. If you're looking for a fun fashion statement with some bling or exquisite jewelry by some of the hottest designers like John Atencio and Damiani, Overstock.com has reduced prices at an additional 15%. Stunning watches by Invicta, Movado, Tag Heuer, and more. Name brands up to 70% off. Don't wait. The sale ends midnight, July 24th. Shop Overstock.com.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
The Storm on the road in Rancho against their I-15 rivals, the Quakes. 0-0, 1 complete. Happy Sunday. You know the idea. Storm tomorrow. We'll enjoy a manic Monday with a day off. Looking forward to it. Back at home on Tuesday for 3 against Inland Empire. And remember, for the best available seats, call 951-245-HITS. You can also buy tickets online at stormbaseball.com. Fernando Rodriguez, Rancho starter against Storm cleanup hitter Nick Crosta. First pitch to start the second, called strike in a righty-righty matchup. It's Rodriguez ahead 0-1. Rodriguez threw only 9 pitches for his 3 outs in the first, and the 0-1 swung on, fouled off the top of the net, and back down in between the on-deck circle that isn't there, and the home plate area that is, and it's 0-2 on Crosta, 262 average. Nick didn't play yesterday. Met up with some food that didn't like him. Crosta 3 for 9 in the series, and the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, lifted to right, playable for Remily on the pop-up. It's Cliff, who was battling some sunshine and looking up with the shades on, making the squeeze, one right fielder to another. And it brings up Tim Brown. Crosta joined Lake Elsinore's club after hitting .382 in the Midwest League, and in early June on the 7th against Stockton had a couple of hits. The next night had 2 more, had a good beginning, and I really think a positive year for Crosta, who hails from Seattle, Washington. Here's Tim Brown out of Eugene, Oregon. 274 hitter. Having a 1-for-7 series, 1 for 3 last night. Left-handed batter against the righty, and Rodriguez in first pitch, check swing foul ball that bounces off the netting above the Quakes dugout and then falls into one of the pitchers. 0-0 for the moment. Brown with a high rally sock look today, and Rodriguez begins the windup, kicks and fires. The 0-1 swung on, lined into center field, base hit. Sounded like a broken bat as well, and on the glove side with Rodriguez, wishing that he had the quicks and the instincts to snare that one, but lined right back up the box, and after 4 straight outs, it's a single with 1 out in the second. Then Brown aboard, brings up catcher, number 6 hitter Nick Hundley.
Number 26, Nick Hundley.
Brown has hit .262 against Rancho, 11 for 42 before that at bat and base hit. Hundley, meanwhile, he's only been in 4 Cal League games, and all Nick has done is hit in 4 straight. Along the way, hitting .333, and he's also driven in 7 runs. First pitch, fastball up across the letters, 1-0. Terrific production from Hundley. And of his 6 hits, only 1 double, but timely singles. Yesterday in a 1-for-4 ball game, Hundley had a 2 RBI base hit with 2 outs in the 4th to give the Storm the lead. That kind of timely hit. The 1-0, it's popped up high in the air. The shortstop Rodriguez goes back, looking up in shallow left center, and now drifting to make the squeeze. Made it look easy there on a ball that, well, it's not blue skies today. In fact, when the Storm bus arrived at about 2:45 for the 5:05 p.m. first pitch, Storm not intended to take BP today. They did not, but it had that overcast look and feel, almost, the potential presence of some raindrops, but clouds have opened up. The sunshine is out. Warm temperatures, 96 when this one got underway, and Hundley is gone on the pop-up to the shortstop in left center. 2 down brings Matt Hagan to the plate. Right-handed hitting third baseman. Hagan hitting .174. He's played in 45 games, and he's been in 6 of the 9 positions this year. Baseball, that is. First pitch strike, it's 0-1. Hagan, back-to-back games at second base. After Matt, on Thursday, got the start at first. So he hasn't played short in the series, but started out Thursday at first, moved to his right, second base couple of games, and further to his right. To third base today. 0-1 to Hagan. Taken for a called strike at the knees. Matt may have felt that was low. He's 6'4", not 5'4" blue, and it's 0-2. He's not riding ponies at Del Mar, but opening day, Del Mar style right around the corner. July 31st, a day off for the Storm? Yeah, see you at Del Mar. 2 outs, 1 on. I don't think Brown's going too far. Tim in 84 games, 3 for 4 in steals. The 0-2 to Hagan, swung on, blooped into center field. Charging is Fuller on the run. That ball's going to land in front of Cody. He then loses his footing and able to throw from the backside there, sitting on his hind. Lost his feet, and Hagan gets The bloop single out in the center field. The Storm have 2 hits in the inning. Hagen is hitting 3 of 4 this weekend, with the weekend starting on Thursday. Thursday, you get the idea. Here's Skip Adams. Brown didn't get a terrific jump, but on a blooper into center, when the center fielder loses his feet and ends up on his hind side, and he doesn't end up at third, interesting. But nonetheless, that's the way it plays. Instead of first and third, first and second for Skip Adams. Infield playing back. Right-handed hitter missed the last couple of games after a collision in the outfield on a defensive play with the second baseman Sean Kazmar back on Thursday night. Skip stayed in the game that night. Didn't play Friday or Saturday, but 226 hitter takes first pitch that misses, 1-0. You don't have the lead guys on your track team out there on the bases. You do have some guys that you'd like rebounding the basketball. 6'4" Brown, 6'4", 230 with Hagen as well. They're both about 6'4", 230. 2 outs, 2 on. Adams 1 for 4 on Thursday. Catcher sets up in, and the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez fires a fastball. Wow, called strike inside corner, 1-1. Going back to Thursday's ball game, Adams grounded out twice, walked, had an RBI single, then softly lined out to the first baseman, but Skip has hit in 5 of his last 6. One to Adams. Swung on, right side, ground ball, diving play on a one-hop by Leahy, up to his feet, and he throws to first, and he takes away a hit and an RBI from Skip Adams. Ryan Leahy stretching out. Heck of a play by the Rancho second baseman, and Adams is denied on the one-hop ground out, if you will. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. 1.5 complete at the epicenter in Rancho. Scoreless, we'll be back.
The Lake Elsinore Storm remind you that a winner always uses a designated driver or volunteers to be one.
Yo, I got it.
Be a good sport and keep our roads safe. Always put safe driving at the top of your lineup. A message from the Storm and Anheuser-Busch.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling. No, it's just that your ceiling needs to be repaired, and FMG Construction and Restoration can help. FMG Construction and Restoration is available for all your commercial and residential needs for fire damage reconstruction, water damage restoration, mold remediation, and much, much more. FMG Construction and Restoration is available for 24-hour emergency service by calling 877-737-8788 or check us out online at fmgconstruction.com.
Buying, selling, or financing your home can be scary, but not when you work with the right team. Colonial Investment Group takes care of all your real estate needs, whether you need to buy or sell your home or simply refinance. We take the time to explain your options and help you make the right decision based on your needs, regardless of credit or income levels. Call us at 888-933-6700 to find out how we will save you money. Colonial Investment Group, your real estate and home loan center. Equal housing lender, licensed by the Department of Corporations.
Storm fans are the best fans around. So while you're cheering on the team at the game, show everyone you're a good sport. Be responsible and make sure you have a safe ride home. It's part of a good game plan. A message from your friends at Anheuser-Busch and the Lake Elsinore Storm.
XSE 1700 AM, Tecate, Baja California.
Cash 1700.
Where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
A great defensive play by Rancho second baseman Ryan Leahy, preventing the Storm from a possible run in the top of the second. Jim Brown had a one-out single. Matt Hagen a blooper into center. Adams was looking for a base hit to right. Leahy stretched out, going to his left, up to his feet, and threw out the Storm shortstop to keep it a scoreless game. Bottom of the second, Cesár Ramos will try to put up another 0. The Storm starter against Cody Fuller, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, center fielder, number 5 hitter. 293 batter, had the 9-game hitting streak ended yesterday with an 0-for-2 Game 3 performance. And first pitch, Ramos fires, fastball a little bit up as Fuller showed bunt, pulled back. It's 1-0. Fuller, Remily, and Leahy. Rancho fans at 10-13 in the second half, but only 3.5 back of the first place Storm. The 1-0 swung on, pop foul to my right. Who's making a play? Oh, young lady will end up picking up the baseball. There to protect her young daughter as well. That's a scary moment for a parent. 1-1 pitch, up high, 2-1. There was a fan 3 rows in front of the lady who's in the very final row before the press box, and fan reached back with a glove trying to make a play, and that ball nearly got a piece of the young child there. Thankfully it didn't. 2-1 coming up to Fuller. Third baseman Hagan in tight, the rest of the infield back. Ramos's pitch, up high, 3-1. Cesar threw 17 pitches in the first. Couple of outs, gave up a single, then struck out Michael Collins swinging. Fuller slightly closed at the plate to 3-1. That's up high, and Ramos misses up in that at bat. Lead-off walk, and what it means is Fuller, 9 for 15 in steals, aboard at first, and here's Cliff Remley. Cliff's had a good series. He's raised his average to 300. Remley as well has hit in 5 straight, and he's had 3 consecutive multi-hit games against Lake Elsinore. Thursday, 2 hits. Friday, 2 more. Yesterday, you guessed it, 2 for 4. For Remley, 71 games into a season, 300 average, and left-handed batter against the lefty Ramos, and Cesar will throw over to first, and back is Fuller. Padres today, fans, hoping to at least avoid getting swept by the Atlanta Braves after the All-Star break. Not to be. Former Storm Jake Peavy now 4-9 in 2006. Padres got doubled up 10-5 by Atlanta. Ramos again will throw over. Tim Brown will throw right back to the Storm starter. Today, Khalil Green, the former Storm, hit his 13th home run of the year. But a Padres club that trailed 1-0 after 2. They tied it in the third and gave up 6 in the fourth, and Peavy took the loss. Ramos, after 2 visits to first, comes to the plate. First pitch strike to Remley. It's 0-1. I mentioned Remley, a 5-game hitting streak. For Cliff, 10 for his last 22. There goes the runner, the 0-1. Swung on, grounded to Hagan. The third baseman takes a 2-hopper, throws across the diamond, and right on the money. Remley gone on the ground out. So Fuller on the attempted hit and run. Well, they stay out of a double play. He's at second. Remley gone for the first out. 5-3 if you're scoring with us. Here's Ryan Leahy. More scores with the Temecula Motorsports out-of-town scoreboard report in mind. In the bigs, the Dodgers today losing at St. Louis 11-3 Cardinals. Dodgers led that game 2-1 after 2, but St. Louis 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth, also 3 in the seventh, 2 in the eighth to roll to a convincing 8-run win. Brad Penny, all-star starter, former High Desert Maverick, took the loss, now 10-3. Here's Leahy, first pitch swinging, and fouls one first base side, slicing left to right, and bounces down toward the GA seats. 0-1 on Ryan, 253 batter. Made a terrific play, diving. Going to his left, the second baseman threw out Skip Adams to end the top of this second inning. 0-0 in Rancho, but at second is Cody Fuller. Infield playing back. 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. Cesar Ramos this season, I mentioned a couple of outings against Rancho, but for Ramos, that was in April. He hasn't faced this club since the 25th of April. His third and fourth starts in the Cal League against the Quakes, both no decisions. One at the Diamond, one at the Epicenter. Still hasn't found his groove. He's been missing up with the fastball. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit foul. Right side, out of play. Should get out of reach. It was. Yesterday, the biggest crowd of the series of the 4-gamer. On a thirsty Thursday, 2,500 plus. Friday, 3,919 with fireworks in mind. And then yesterday, they give you fireworks as well in Rancho. And allegedly, 6,180. Today, not as plentiful, but hopefully with the same kind of festive mood and rooting mentality and enjoying some Cal League baseball. Runner at second, 1 out in the second. The 1-2 pitch, missing inside, with the catcher Hundley having to go to his left, sliding across and making sure that one didn't get away. 2-2 the count. Rancho's parent club and the former Storm parent club, the LA Angels of Anaheim. Former Storm Scott Shields gets the victory. Former Storm and former Quake Francisco Rodriguez the save in a 7-5 victory in Anaheim over Tampa Bay. 2-2 to the batter. Leahy grounds one toward the middle. The shortstop Adams able to field and fire with a throw up high that Brown reaches for, but keeps his foot on the bag, and Leahy gone on the ground out. Fuller over to third on the play. 2 down in the second. And it brings up Drew Toussaint. One game, actually 2 games in progress. New York Mets in the 6th inning on the road in Chicago against the Cubs at Wrigley, leading 13-5. And I'm told they've hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning. Here's Toussaint just trying to put the Quakes on the board and give them the early lead. A win today by Rancho. They get within 2.5 of the Storm, but also they split the series, 2 wins apiece. 240 hitter. First pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. Maybe a generous plate. It's 0-1. Game 4 matchup. Toussaint gets the start. He also started on Thursday. Went 1 for 4 with an RBI double. 0-1 from Ramos. Swung on, hit foul. Left to right. Down the line it goes. Off a snack shack area, and 0-2 the count. On deck, Tim Duff. And then the top of the order, but Ramos, as he did in the first, hoping for a 4-batter inning here. He had a leadoff walk, a ground out on a hit and run, moved Fuller to second. Leahy's ground out moved Cody Fuller to third, and with Ramos working from the stretch, Cesar exhales on the hill, the 0-2. Fastball down low, 1-2 the count. 0-0 in the second. Lot of offense a couple of nights ago. Yesterday, 10 runs, 17 hits by the teams combined. The 1-2 pitch. Got him. Called strike on the inside part of the plate. Drew Toussaint. Delayed call there by Blue, but one that favors Ramos. He ended the first with a strikeout swinging, ends the second with a punch-out looking. Hey, Drew Toussaint, yes, you can sit down. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. 2 in the books, going to the third in Rancho, scoreless at the epicenter.
Here it comes, swing. Look at there, look at there.
Nothing beats baseball. Hot dogs cooking, peanut vendors, the crack of the bat.
Yeah, baseball is great, and you look ready for the season, decked out in the eyes of the Storm.
The Lake Elsinore Storm games have these great giveaway days, and we get lots of cool items.
Sweet. What else did you get?
Well, we got a hat one night, a T-shirt another game. My kids got backpacks, and that's just a few games we went to.
Man, that's awesome. I see there's a company logo on the back of your hat.
There is, and on the front, it's the Eyes of the Storm, the #1 selling logo in all of minor league baseball.
This would be a great way for me to get my company name out into the community.
It sure is, and the items are saved and displayed, like bobbleheads, hats, thunderdolls.
What?
I'm Dawn with BAM Promotional Products, and I supply items for the Storm giveaways.
Wow.
No BAM Promotional Products and the Lake Elsinore Storm have opportunities for your company to reach thousands of people. Call the Storm at 951-245-HITS or Dawn at BAM Promotional Products, 296-1733. It's time for your business to step up to the plate with the Storm and BAM. Play ball.
Feeding time, one of the most dangerous parts of the job. These animals are ferocious, and when they're hungry, there's no telling what they'll do. It takes nerves of steel and a meal hearty enough and tasty enough to satisfy the cravings of these ravenous beasts.
Dinner, boys! Ballpark Frank!
Right on, Mom.
Yeah, awesome, Mrs. D. These hit the spot.
Big, juicy, satisfying. Ballpark Franks. Tame the hunger.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Hope you're having a great Sunday, Storm fans. Eddie in studio at Cash 1700. I'm Sean McCall, and currently in Rancho, 0-0 to complete. Fernando Rodriguez is finishing up some warm-up pitches. The Quakes starter looking for his 8th win of the year. That would get him top 4 in the Cal League. There's a 10-game winner, a couple of 9-game winners. Michael Rogers of Stockton with 8. And then 8 others with 7. And Rodriguez, one of those 8 others, trying to become part of the Elite 8, if you will, but only a couple in that category. Last inning, Storm got a couple of hits, had a chance at perhaps a run, but a diving play by second baseman Ryan Leahy. And he threw out Skip Adams. Storm missed out on a run. Here's your Donnie Ramirez, the average at 223. First pitch swing, and he flares one to right. That's going to be a base hit, or is it? Rodriguez a little slow, or Ramirez a little slow out of the box, and he's going to be an out at first base. Not sure what the heck your Donnie was doing. Well, you could almost guarantee that Ramirez isn't going to be playing in the bottom of the third inning. That's a ball that landed in shallow right field. Here I am calling it a base hit because I'm expecting Ramirez to be running.
Not bad. Number 9, Josh Howard.
I'm no Pete Rose, but I got a buck on that one that says your Donnie's not going to be playing defense in the bottom of this inning. He had 3 hits yesterday. He's out ultimately on the 4-1. Second baseman to the pitcher covering. Rodriguez was there at first instead of Ramirez beating it out. So 1 down, and here's top of the order, Josh Howard. He struck out in the first, takes first pitch strike, and the 290 hitter awaits. The 0-1 offering showed bunt for a moment, pulls back, takes his strike. It's 0-2. One out on really laziness by Yordani Ramirez, or for me, perplexed by what he was doing. The 0-2, breaking ball swung on and fouled back. I apologize that when I saw the base hit, or what was going to be a base hit, on a flare that was landing in shallow right, I was watching where it was landing, who was going to make a play, and saw Ramirez slowly out of the corner of my eye, but never dreamed that he was writing a letter in the batter's box. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, hit down the third base line, and that is potential extra bases for Howard. He rounds first. Toussaint has a good throw. The throw is sailing high, but backed up nicely by the first baseman, Michael Collins. Good hustle all the way around by the left fielder, Toussaint, who had to hurry into foul territory, going to his right by Howard, the Storm leadoff hitter, who has picked up 5 hits in this series. He had 2 doubles on Thursday and didn't come in on Thursday till he pinch hit in the 8th inning, jump-started a rally. Storm trailed by 2. His double led off an inning where they scored 5 runs in a victory. Then on Friday, Howard, couple of singles. Yesterday 0 for 3, tonight or today 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double, and he's in scoring position for Sean Kazmar, who takes first pitch changeup for a strike, 0-1. So now if you consider Yordani Ramirez and his efforts or lack thereof in going to first, potentially he'd be at third, and maybe on a great day he finds himself home, but I doubt it. Probably second and third, nobody out. Kazmar flew out to center his first time up, the 0-1. Swung on, chopped toward the middle, playable for Rodriguez. The shortstop to his left, sets and fires, and Kazmar just in time. They get him. Gone on a bang-bang play, maybe a half stride at best, and it's out number 2 in the inning. Howard goes to third on that ground out up the middle. 6-3 if you're scoring with us. 2 down for Peter Ciafrone. RBI machine, but none yesterday when Cio's 4-game hitting streak ended. 3 hits on Thursday, 3 more Friday. None yesterday, looking for his first today, and first pitch strike instead by Fernando Rodriguez, 0-1. Fernando works from the windup. I'd love to see Howard steal home. The 0-1 to Ciafrone, taken down and in, 1-1. Was reading the other day one of these on this date in history routine, and Rod Carew, can't remember what year, but 7 times stole home in one season. I haven't seen that in a while. I'd love to see it. 0-0 in the third. 2 outs, runner at third. The 1-1. Yes, he did. Half-hearted swing on the breaking ball. Blue actually needed an appeal. And on the appeal, yes, he did. It's 1-2. He was carving a turkey there at the plate. 1-2 the count. 339 batter. Grounded out to the shortstop to end the first. Storm have 3 hits. Howard picked up 1 in the inning. Josh at third, and here's the 1-2 to Ciafrone. Fastball swung on, hit off the glove of the pitcher, bouncing toward Leahy, the second baseman. Ryan will pick it up. He'll throw to first in time, and Ciafrone gone on the deflection there. Boy, misses out on an RBI, misses out on a base hit. Great reactions from Fernando Rodriguez. He was able to get leather on it. Ball bounced conveniently to Leahy. And on the 1-4-3 ground out, the Storm miss out on taking the lead. 2.5 complete in Rancho, scoreless at the epicenter.
I want my MPG.
430 MPG Highway, Avalon 31, Solara 33.
The name Toyota has always stood for fuel economy.
Camry 34, Matrix 36, Yaris 40, Corolla 41.
Today, as the world's hybrid vehicle leader, we're clearing the air. The road to better gas mileage starts at your Toyota dealer.
Highlander Hybrid 33 MPG City, Camry Hybrid 40, Prius 60.
Moving forward.
This summer, throw on your sundress, slip on your favorite sandals, hit the road with the top down, and don't forget your Daisy.
The Gillette Daisy 3 disposable razor. Its 3 blades and naturally curved handle leave legs feeling smooth and refreshed.
Now Daisy's offering a chance to win a Volkswagen New Beetle convertible or other getaway prizes. So treat yourself to a Daisy 3 disposable razor. Daisy, love your legs.
No purchase necessary. Open to legal U.S. residents 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Promotion ends 9/30/06. For official rules, alternate entry, and complete details, visit GilletteDaisy.com. Sponsored the Gillette Company.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
0-0, bottom of 3 with lefty starter Cesár Ramos on the mound against Rancho catcher number 9 hitter Tim Duff. First pitch fastball, borderline, missing outside, 1-0. Duff, first action of the series, 178 batter. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, hit high and foul, out of play right side. Will it get to the seats? No, beyond. And it's 1-1 on Duff. Tim living these days in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's only his 23rd game with Rancho. Against the Storm, he's 1 for 6 just in 2 games. 1-1, change that, lined out into center field. That's a base hit. And Duff is aboard on Rancho's second hit of the game. Leadoff single from the 178 batter. By the way, I'm $1 lighter in the wallet. I would have lost the bet. Yordani Ramirez is out in center field after the non-hustle. Or I'm not sure what happened on really what cost the Storm a couple of runs. Had Ramirez hustled on a leadoff single instead of being thrown out on a 4-1 ground out. Potentially it's 2-0 Storm right now instead of 0-0. That's just me and my backwards thinking. Here's Nate Sutton. 277 hitter. Flew out to left his first time up, and first pitch breaking ball missing away, 1-0. Sutton, 5 for 15 in the series. 1-0 from Ramos. Called strike, fastball at the knees. It's 1-1. Storm and the Quakes still have plenty of action left this season. Rancho visits the Diamond July 24th, part of a 7-game homestand. They'll be in Lake Elsinore for 4 games. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, 1-2. Also in August, the I-15 rivals hook up 8 more times. 4 at the Epicenter, August 7th through the 10th. That's the tail end, part 3 of Lake Elsinore's longest road trip of the year. A 10-gamer through Bakersfield, Lancaster, and then Rancho. Can't wait to go to Bakersfield. Is my nose growing? I hope not. It's big enough. I got a face for radio. Nobody out. Duff at first. The 1-2 pitch. Hit foul down the left field line to the GA seats. New Pearl thrown out there to Ramos. Bakersfield's press box awaiting on August 1st. That's the odorless outhouse. It's about 120 in there. Am I whining early? Yeah. Mark me down as a whiner. That place is tired. Sam Lynn Ballpark. Allegedly historic Sam Lynn. It's an odorless outhouse in the press box. 0-0 in the third. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded toward the middle. Kazmar will slide to his right, tries to feed Adams. He does on a little roller. And Adams' throw to first is not in time. That's a tremendous croquet feed. Keep it low on the ground. But Kazmar tried to give the underhand flip, and the ball dropped low and just kind of slid along the dirt. Adams able to at least get an out. Not that that's a routine double play ball, but it seemed routine enough. Kazmar, who yesterday had only 1 ball hit to him as a shortstop, today gets his first ball hit to him as a second baseman, and Sutton's aboard on the fielder's choice. Duff is out at second, 4-6. Here's Freddy Sandoval. Switch hitter batting right-handed, takes a fastball just missing outside, 1-0. Sandoval grounded out to the shortstop Skip Adams in the first. 271 batter. One out, one on. 1-0 pitch. Missing high, 2-0. I don't think I mentioned that Tim Duff, Rancho's catcher who started the inning with a single, went to school collegiately at the University of Tampa. We'll give a shout-out to Joe Urso, the head coach at UT. They were the D2 national champs this year, the Spartans, under Urso, the former Storm. If you've been to the Diamond, you see that permanently enshrined baseball in center with Urso and the 7, his number, the 2-0. There's a pitch. Come on, Blue. Stretch it a little. Missing high, and Ramos snares that one on the return throw from Hundley. Cesar was 1, maybe hoping for a strike. 2 kind of begging a little bit, but a pitch that was borderline. Didn't go Cesar's way. 3-0. Sure, he's not thrilled with the 178 hitter Duff getting a single. Missed out on a double play ball, and now the 3-0, a gratuitous strike. I thought the 2-0 pitch was better than that 3-0, but I don't get a vote. 3-1 the count. Let's see if Sutton's running. Nate, he's been successful 18 out of 22 times. The 3-1, he isn't running. Swing and a miss. Now a late throw. Kazmar there to receive the throw. He'll run back and tag the retreating Sutton, who had a late jump and maybe a delayed steal mentality. I'm not sure what went on or what went wrong there, but I like the idea what Hundley did with neither middle infielder really at the bag. Nick said, the heck with that. I'm chucking it. I know what their job is. They need to get there. His job is to throw it, and he did. And Kazmar ends up running down Sutton and tagging him out on the caught stealing. So 2 down, and the 3-2 is a fastball swing and a miss, and just like that, you put up a 0 and get out of the inning. Third strikeout for Ramos. He's now into the first, second, and third with a strikeout. Hey, Freddy Sandoval, you, my friend, can sit down. We'll go to the fourth, 1/3 of the way through. Final game of this 4-game series in Rancho. Keep it tuned to Cash 1700, 0-0 at the Epicenter.
You'll always be safe when you advertise with Community Little Book. Swing for the fence with a full-page color ad. Triple off the wall with a professional-designed half-page ad. Double down the line with an attractive quarter or 8-page ad, or reach first base safely with an in-column ad. Don't be left out the next edition of the Community Little Book. Call today and let our professional team help you reach thousands of homes and businesses in the Valley. Call today, 695-1928, or visit us at CommunityLittleBook.com. Community Little Book, making business phones ring since 1989.
If ants were allowed to buy tickets to the game, when the players looked up in the stands, 'twould look like no one came. Just one ant in every seat, mostly there to drink and eat, and they wouldn't even know the players' names. If ants were allowed to play Major League Baseball, the fans could never see the game at all. There'd be Antero Suzuki, but he'd be too small to see. Keep those ants out of the dugout, please. So the moral of this song is never let that day arrive. The one ant closer you can count on is Corky. Yes, you can cork your bat all day if you want to take that chance. But I say don't go cork your bat, let Corky's bat your ants. I know it doesn't make much sense, but it's still fun to say. Just let Corky's bat your ants away.
Call 1-800-901-1102. Corky's.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Looking for a little offense. Top of 4. Welcome back to the Epicenter in Rancho. Sean McCall with you live, Eddie. As always, thanks for your help in studio at Cash 1700. Fans, tomorrow, no Storm baseball, a day off. After the All-Star break ended, the Storm would play 65 games in 68 days. With a day off tomorrow, a day off 2 weeks from tomorrow, and then August 14th on my mom's birthday. Thanks for asking. Storm will be off as well. 0-0, top of 4. On the mound, Fernando Rodriguez. At the plate, Nick Crosta flew out to right his first time up. 262 batter, and first pitch hammered foul. Third base side, in between the third base box and the bag, and down the line it goes. It's 0-1. The Storm didn't have a chance to score in the first, a 9-pitch inning and a 1-2-3 effort for Rodriguez. In the second, Storm got a couple of singles and then a diving play by Ryan Leahy. deprived the Storm of a possible run. Last inning, I thought they missed out on 2 runs. The 0-1 down low in the dirt, backhanded there by Tim Duff, who hands over that baseball to Blue, and a new pearl thrown out there to the starter out of El Paso, Texas, Fernando Rodriguez. 7-game winner. The 1-1. Off speed, swung on, grounded on a 3 bounce to the third baseman Sandoval. Freddy was playing back, had the long throw, and accurately so, and gone is Crosta. The Storm have yet to get their leadoff batter aboard. 4 times Rodriguez has recorded that leadoff out, strikeout, fly out, ground out, and once more with a ground out. But going back to last inning on that leadoff ground out, that should have been a single. Then Josh Howard doubled, and then the Storm had back-to-back ground outs that certainly could have resulted in a 2-0 lead. And yes, I'm harping on it 1 inning later, but boys are looking to make the playoffs for the 9th time in 13 years, and laziness doesn't cut it. Here's Tim Brown. He singled his first time up on a line drive into center, and he takes first pitch strike, 0-1. Storm with 3 hits. Brown, one of those. The 0-1. Swung on. Chopper, grounder, slow ground ball hit to the first baseman. That's just a roller, really, as Michael Collins playing back of the bag, able to field and go to the bag himself. Brown is retired, 3 unassisted. Here's what Rodriguez has done, the starter for the Quakes, 4 straight outs to start the game. He's retired the last 4, and actually 6 of the last 7. And here's Nick Hundley, who's hit in 4 straight, but popped up to the shortstop in left center, back of the second. Came in hitting .333. The average will fluctuate. Only his 5th Cal League game. He's now 6 for 19. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch missing away. 1-0. So the Padres got beat. The Dodgers as well. Southern California gets a victory with the parent club of the Quakes with the Angels over the Devil Rays in Anaheim. The 1-0. There's a pitch for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 game in progress in the 7th. The Mets over the Cubs at Wrigley, 13-5. Already 2 grand slams in 1 inning by the Mets. How about it? 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounded foul as Rodriguez working in on the hands of Hundley. Nick pulled it left side. May have gotten caught up in the tarp that hopefully won't be used today or tomorrow or the rest of this 06 Cal League season. 0-0, top of 4. There's been a lot of scoring by Lake Elsinore in this series, averaging 8 runs a game, but none yet today. 1-2 pitch, swung on, hit foul off the netting, and bounces in front of the Storm first base dugout. Bat boy will go chase it down. Storm scored 9 runs in a come-from-behind win Thursday. Lost 8-7 after rallying on Friday. Yesterday, 8-2 win with 5 in the 9th, but today nothing yet. The 1-2. Fastball outside, maybe knee-high. Missing away, 2-2. Matt Hagan on deck. Skip Adams, Jordan Ramirez, then back to the top. But for now, 2 outs, nobody on. Rodriguez begins the windup. 2-2 to Hundley. Breaking ball, yes, he did. No appeal necessary. Hundley thought he checked up, swing and a miss. Gone on the strikeout. That's the 2nd K of the game for Fernando Rodriguez, but he's retired a game-high 5 straight. He's put up zeros for 4. We are through 3.5 in Rancho. Scoreless at the Epicenter.
For the best value in baseball, you can't beat a night at the stadium, cheering on Lake Elsinore's own Lake Elsinore Storm. And for the best value in real estate, you can't beat the years of satisfaction you'll get from owning a distinctive new home from Corman Lee Homes, the 2006 SMC Home Building Company of the Year. Throughout the Inland Empire, Corman Lee is scoring big with home buyers by thinking like a home buyer, listening to their needs and preferences, and building homes for the way people want to live. You can experience the Corman Lee Value Advantage right now at Vizcaya in Lake Elsinore, voted as the 2006 Community of the Year under $399,999. So when you're aiming for maximum value in a new home, you can be sure of hitting the strike zone every time with Corman Lee Homes. Find out more about the Corman Lee neighborhoods near you by visiting CormanLee.com. That's CormanLee.com. Then get in the game and join the winning team, the home team at Corman Lee Homes.
When other ways of getting to sleep don't work, there's something you should know. Tylenol PM relieves pain and sleeplessness with the pure pain relief of Tylenol.
and a sleep aid that's safe and non-habit forming when used as directed. So it will help when other ways can't. Stop. Think. Tylenol PM.
XSE 1700 AM, Tecate, Baja California.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Pitchers duel in Rancho. Happy Sunday. Bottom of 4 zeros at the epicenter. No runs, 3 hits for the Storm. No runs, 2 hits for the Quakes. Storm starter Cesár Ramos on the mound. He'll have the task of 3-4-5 in Rancho's lineup. Sean Rodriguez, Michael Collins, Cody Fuller. A couple of 300 hitters, plus a guy that's hit in 9 of 10 in Fuller. Rodriguez lined a single his first time up. Right-handed hitter. 5-game hitting streak. Came in batting right at 300. And first pitch, called strike. Ramos has not gotten that high strike zone here today. Gets one there. 0-1 the count. Infield, spread out, playing back. Outfield playing deep as well. 0-1 from Ramos. Misses high on the off speed. 1-1 the count. Mariano Rivera today picked up his 400th save. Still chasing Trevor. Still chasing Lee Smith in the end. 1-1 pitch. A little bit high again. 2-1. But the Yankees swept the White Sox. 6-4 final today. Yankees got out hit 14-9, but it matters most in the run column. Jared Wright to victory. Mariano Rivera saved 21. A-Rod went deep. So did Derek Jeter. And A.J. Przinsky hit his 7th in a loss for the Sox in New York. 2-1 swung on. That's lined into center field. There's Rodriguez. 2 for 2 in the contest. And Rancho now with 3 hits in the game, all singles. But Rodriguez has 2 of those. Brings up Michael Collins. Collins 5 for 12 going into this game in the series, but struck out to end the first.
Michael Collins.
Maybe we should throw out today's trivia question. How many left-handed relievers have 300 saves? Of the top 20, how many are left-handed relievers? Here's Collins, first pitch swinging, ground ball in the hole into left field, base hit. So first pitch, Ramos delivers, and Collins responds with a single that puts runners at first and second, and here comes Cody Fuller. Remember Trevor Hoffman, 19 saves away from the all-time saves leader. Lee Smith, 478. Hoffman's got 460. Bruce Sutter at 300. And he's top 20. Mariano Rivera today becomes one of only 4 with 400 saves in that Yankees win over the White Sox. Making Panama proud. Here's Fuller. He walked his first time up. I think he's bunting. Hagan playing back at third. Brown playing back of the runner at first. Nobody out first and second. And Ramos, the lefty from the stretch instead. Big leg kick and swivels and looks back the runner Rodriguez. Sean, 12 for 15 in steals. Collins not as swift, but the trail runner doesn't need to catch up. He just needs to follow along. 0-0 in the fourth. Nobody out. Ramos' first pitch to Fuller. Fastball swung on, blooped into shallow right center. The second baseman backpedaling. It's Kazmar there to make the play. Sounded like a broken bat there at the plate. Either way, Kazmar gets an important out. I'm kind of surprised that Fuller's not bunting. You got a guy, Remley, who's hit in 5 straight, who's 6 for 12 in the series, and a left-handed batter that would have been swinging it with potentially second and third, 1 out. Manager Bobby Mitchell elected to have Fuller, the 293 hitter, and a right-handed batter, swing away, and he popped up in right. So 1 out. Here's Remley at the plate. 300 hitter, grounded out to the third baseman, Matt Hagan, in the second. But again, 2 hits Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 0 for 1 today. Ramos looking for a double play ball. Caesar's pitch, breaking ball, rolls in nicely for a strike, 0-1. How many left-handed relievers have more than 300 saves? 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2 the count. I got Cameron to my left throwing out the peace sign. He suggests 2. I got Mark Steins giving me the index finger. At least I hope. That's just 1. But in fact, 3. Billy Wagner has 300-plus saves. Randy Myers had 347. John Franco, 424. That's only if you care. Otherwise, 17 right-handers in the top 20 in saves. 0-2 from Ramos. Breaking ball outside, 1-2 the count. Troy Percival, who wore a Storm uniform, the former Angel, 324 saves. That's 11th all-time. That's only if you care, and indeed I do. 1 out, 2 on. No score in the 4th. 1-2 coming up to Remley. The pitch, off-speed chop to the right side. Brown, the first baseman's going to throw to the second base back for 1, and that's all you get. A back pick to third, a tag applied, and safe. Boy, I would like to have seen Adams throw to first base to potentially complete a double play. The pitcher, Ramos, was there, but Skip instead elected to throw back the lead runner, Rodriguez, and Hagan, the third baseman, applying a quick tag, but Rodriguez got back safely. That's also a bold move by the first baseman, Brown. You have to have an accurate throw. He got the out at second base on a force out, but it's first and third for Ryan Leahy. Collins is out at second base, 3-6. The risk there is you have to have an accurate throw, and Brown did. So Remley aboard on the fielder's choice. Leahy grounded out his first time up, 253 batter. Number 7 hitter in the Quakes lineup with a high rally sock look. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Ramos. Caesar's pitch, fastball grounded foul. Third base side challenged him with that fastball there, and 0-1 the count. Again, the Storm averaging 8 runs in this series. None yet today. At third is Rodriguez. Remley at first. 0-1 to Leahy. Down low. 1-1 the count. For the fans here in Rancho, you catch a little relief if you sit behind home plate. Those on the first base side in the sunshine. Third base side mostly protected, but still some sunshine on the backs of the fans. But behind home plate, that's probably where you want to hang out on a warm day at the epicenter. Ramos set. Looks toward the plate, kicks and fires, and 1-1 pulled foul. Third base side, off the tarp and bounces into left field where the Storm shortstop. Skip Adams will go get it. Chucks it to the bullpen of the Quakes to get it out of play in a hurry. 1-2 the count. New Pearl out there for Caesar. Ramos gave up a 2-out single in the first, a lead-off walk in the second. Lead-off single in the third, but ultimately got a caught stealing in the inning. Here in the fourth, lead-off single followed by Michael Collins' base hit. But a pop-up and then a force-out. And now a 1-2 coming up to Leahy. Ramos to the plate. Off-speed, check swing, and a pitch down and in. On the appeal, no, says the base umpire. He initially shook his head. Blue, you got to use your arms as well. And 2-2 the count. Hey, can I come over? You can shake your head. No, you can't. But on the appeal, need to see the hands and the arms. But 2-2 coming up, and food for thought. Ramos has ended the first, the second, and the third with a strikeout. Toussaint on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, hard hit, and into center field, base hit. Rodriguez scores. Holding at second is Remley. Leahy clutches up, and Rancho is the first to score today. Not until the fourth, but it's 1-0. Rancho Cucamonga. Looking back on Tim Brown's defensive play, that potentially saves a run when Brown elected to get a force out at second base, because had he gone to first for a 3 unassisted or a 3-1 out, that's potentially a 2 RBI base hit. But Remley holds at second on a single by Leahy. 3 hits in the inning, first and second, 2 outs for Drew Toussaint. 240 batter, struck out looking in the second. Ramos was a pitch away from putting up the 0. Caesar's pitch, fastball high, 1-0. Toussaint didn't play the last couple of games, 1 for 4 Thursday. The 1-0 pitch, Swing and a miss on the fastball. 1-1 the count. Against the Storm this year, Tucson, 7 for 40. Wears jersey number 11, hails from L.A., California. Who wears 11 on the Storm Club? Well, right now, nobody does. Mike Ekstrom did. He's now at Double-A. Speaking of 11, the 1-1 floats in nicely for a strike. The off-speed gets Ramos ahead. 1-2 the count. I can't remember the exact pitch selection by Cesar that ended the second on Tucson. Perhaps it was the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Let's see where he goes this time. I remember it being an inside pitch. But a 1-2 coming up. 2 outs, 2 on. Quakes by a run. Ramos looks to second. Kicks and fires, and fastball fouled off the netting. It bounces. Oh, my. Nearly domed Steve Weber, the Storm pitching coach. He's charting along and hit off the netting and just over his melon. Hello to Webb's bride, if she's tuned in today, Miss Pam in Georgia. Following along over the internet. Not Cash 1700, though I understand that Storm baseball has been heard in Arizona and in Utah. Maybe not in the third row at the Diamond, but throughout Southern California and beyond. The 1-2 swung on, pulled foul, heads up. Going after his Quakes teammates in the third base dugout. That ball shoots back out, which always is a good sign. It means it didn't hit anybody. Or if it did, they've been working out with Storm strength and conditioning coach Cody Wood. I've missed a few gym sessions along the way. Just a few. In the inning, singles by Rodriguez, Collins, and Leahy. Rodriguez has scored. Currently, Remley at second, Leahy at first. In a 1-2 coming up to Tucson. The pitch, swung on, heads up, hammered foul to the seats left side, past the dugout and about 3 rows deep, and it got there in a hurry. I'm a fan of protecting the fans, and in Rancho, they have the high netting that goes from on-deck circle to on-deck circle behind the dish, and then netting that is above the dugout and all the way down the lines. But still, it's about an extra 4 or 5 feet of netting that is mostly protective, or at least there's the thought thereof, but that time it hooked right over it, lined to the seats, and thankfully everyone okay. Catcher sets up a little bit in. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, hit foul, first base side, he jammed him, and ball that was hit out in front of the Storm dugout. 1-2 the count, and Nick Hundley, the catcher, will jog out and say a few words to Cesár Ramos. Rancho stranded a runner at third in the second, but that was the only other time that the Quakes had a chance to score. They got a leadoff walk and a ground out. Put Cody Fuller at second. But with 1 out, Leahy grounded out. Toussaint struck out. But here in the fourth, first and third and 2 outs, and it was Leahy who clutched up with a single, and Rancho leading by 1. Cesar has the sign. Looks to second. The 1-2. Fastball fouled back. Toussaint doing his job, making him work a little bit. Warm day at the epicenter in Rancho. Talked to Cesar about that a little bit today because, again, it seemed a little bit cooler. And when I say cooler, maybe it's not 102 and it's only 92, but that does factor in, especially for the starting pitcher out there in the grind. Today, though, the earlier start, 5:05. The 1-2 from Ramos. Swung on, fouled back. Looked like he went with a changeup there. Thanks to Cameron, the official scorekeeper. 8 pitches in this at-bat. Ramos, remember, had a chance to get out of the inning. It was 2-2 to Leahy. Line drive single to center that scored Rodriguez. The difference right now. And now Toussaint, 8 pitches in and a 1-2 coming his way. Ramos set. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled back. Yeah, Memorex off the netting. And a new pearl to Ramos, new baseballs to blue. I don't know what the current stat is, but I believe the lifespan of a Major League Baseball used to be 7 pitches. On deck, Tim Duff singled his first time up, and then top of the order, Nate Sutton, but Ramos just looking to get out of this inning. Zeros until this 4th inning, when Rancho leads by 1. The look to second, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. He worked up and away, and Drew Toussaint, you can sit down. So in each inning, Ramos has ended it with a strikeout. He's got Toussaint for the second time, fourth all total. We are through 4 complete, going to the 5th at the Epicenter in Rancho, 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga.
Paris Valley Auto Center, where every new car purchase comes with a 1-year maintenance policy. And receive an oil change for just $15.95 for most cars when you mention this ad. Paris Valley Auto Center is the top in customer satisfaction in the region and within minutes of anywhere in the valley. Bring in any auto ad and we'll show you the Paris Valley difference. Every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul warranty. Kia, a great car at a great price.
Are you looking for a place for your home team, your family? Families who want variety, value, and growing room are finding a winning combination at Albert Hill Ranch in Lake Elsinore. An easy commute from North San Diego, Orange, and Riverside counties. This Newcastle and Cook master plan includes new parks, a new school, and 3 diverse neighborhoods now selling from the $400,000. Explore them now at alberthillranch.com. That's alberthillranch.com. Or visit the model homes just off Interstate 15 at Lake Street. Just take the Lake Street exit off the 15 freeway and follow the signs to Albert Hill Ranch.
I work all day, Dr. Phil, and, okay, fine, I guess I'm sort of a homebody, so I feel like it's really never going to happen for me.
Look, love is not like the pizza man. Hi, I'm going door to door looking for a life partner. Not going to happen.
Dr. Phil is now on Match.com. His insights inspire millions every day and help them find love. Now with our free starter kit, you can see if we're right for you. Visit Match.com, the #1 site for love.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Top of 5, 1-0 home team. 2-1 Storm in this series. 2 games to 1, that is. And overall leading Rancho 9 wins to 4. In a series, season series that is, that won't conclude in the regular season until August 31st. That's the final home game at the Diamond. Hopefully the Storm will be in the playoffs for the 9th time in 13 years. There will be home playoff baseball at the Diamond in September if that holds true. But for now, in Rancho today, down 1-0. And on the mound, Fernando Rodriguez at the plate for the Storm, Matt Hagan. First pitch is swung on, lifted high in the air to left field. Who's making a play? Toussaint comes in. It's Drew underneath, reaching up, making a squeeze, and Hagan, 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll help the pace of the game, but it won't help the Storm, and it helps certainly the starter Rodriguez. Fernando has yet to work out of the stretch after the first batter. Lead off out in 5 straight innings, and Rodriguez as well has retired 6 straight. One down for Skip Adams. Storm have 3 hits, Rancho 5. Neither team's committed an error. Adams grounded out to end the second. First pitch fastball called strike, 0-1. Skip, 226 batter, has hit in 5 of 6. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, pulled foul. Third base side, down the line, and then kicks back to the third baseman, Sandoval. Storm trail 1-0. Could have led 1-0 when Tim Brown was at second. Hagan at first with 2 outs in the second. Skip Adams hit a 1-hop on the glove side of second baseman Ryan Leahy. He had to dive for it. He dove all right, came up with it, threw accurately, and the Storm missed out. Adams as well, of course. Time called there by the catcher, Tim Duff. Adams will step away from the batter's box, take off the helmet. It's a tough do. Skip, put it back on. 0-2 the count. I can't talk. I did get the haircut for the windy conditions coming up, so I don't look like Ted Koppel. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. When do I get to go to Lancaster? Next Friday. High Desert? Not until August 24th. Used to enjoy going to High Desert. The lovely Miss Sarah. She no longer calls. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 coming up. Tying run at the plate. How about that? Pitch to Adams in the dirt again, and 2-2 the count. Team leader is Chase Headley, sitting this one out. Headley 10 home runs, Adams with 8 in 83 games. Against Rancho, Skip has hit well against the Quakes at .316 average. No home runs against the I-15 rivals, and That 2-2 swung on, fouled back. Since Matt Hagan singled with 2 outs in the second, Fernando Rodriguez has retired 8 of the last 9. Still, though, I contend the Storm should have scored twice in the third. They didn't. But they could potentially be leading this game. 2-2 pitch. Fastball grounded to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. A 3-hopper he sets and throws. He's got such a strong arm. And easily handles that one. Adams, one shortstop to another. Is out number 2. We approach the midway point. Here's Yordany Ramirez. Let's see if he runs up to the batter's box. No, he's walking, and that's the look I saw back in the third inning as well. It was a leadoff little slicing flare that landed in shallow right. I called it a base hit. It wasn't my brother Jay running, and then I looked down and realized it was Jay. Ramirez wasn't hustling. He was thrown out. I thought he wasn't going to play in the bottom of the third, but whatever he said to manager Rick Renteria, it worked. The GOAT ate my homework. First pitch, fastball, a little bit low, and it's 1-0. Yordany, 3 hits yesterday. Single, double, triple. The 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0. Quakes get the 2-out single in the fourth. It scored Sean Rodriguez. That's the difference right now. 2-0 pitch, down low, 3-0. Tip the cap to the starter, Rodriguez. His control certainly has been invaluable tonight. No freebies, no walks, but he goes 3-0 with Howard the top of the order on deck. Rodriguez's pitch. There's a strike, 3-1. Seven consecutive outs and trying to quick work the batter. Time called at the plate, and Rodriguez decides to airmail one and sail it to the netting. Yordany, 2 home runs. Ramirez has played in 42 games with the Storm, both those home runs against Lancaster. 3-1 pitch, called strike. Ramirez, the hips had started, the bat held up, but it's 3-2 on Yordany. So from a 4-pitch walk, or the potential thereof, to now a 3-2. The payoff pitch to Yordany. Fastball swung on, line to center field, but playable for Fuller. Cody goes a couple of steps to his right, makes the catch, and Ramirez, one center fielder to another, lines out. 8 consecutive for Fernando Rodriguez. We're at the midway point in Rancho. Final game of a 4-game series through 4.5 at the epicenter. 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use towards a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. And save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
California Coast Credit Union, it's all about you.
Is money a little tight? Maybe you want to be financially prepared for life's little surprises. That's why I'm with California Coast Credit Union. They helped me with a low 5.95% intro rate equity advantage line and with an interest-only option for low monthly payments, no fees, and a low long-term rate. Call California Coast today at 877-495-1600.
Intro rate for first 6 months, then adjust to Prime plus 0%. Rates and terms subject to change. Equal housing lender.
Have you ever found a penny on the ground? Of course you have. Well, imagine that for the next 50,000 steps you take, there's always a penny at your feet. Feels like that.
Have you ever put on a pair of clean pants and found a $20 bill in the pocket? Man, that's a good feeling, right? Well, take that feeling and multiply it by 25 pairs of pants, and you're close.
New GEICO customers report average annual savings of $500 on their car insurance. Discover how it feels and how much you could save. Go to geico.com. Simple as that.
Now back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Good ball game at the epicenter in favor of the Angels affiliate, the Quakes. 1-0 Rancho. Bottom of the 5th inning, Storm starter Cesár Ramos on the mound against the Quakes' number 9 hitter Tim Duff. Duff led off the third, singled into center. 178 batter, former University of Tampa Spartan. And the former Long Beach State 49er kicks and fires. First pitch called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Breeze continues here, blowing out toward right field. Quakes got a run in the fourth, 3 singles. Ryan Leahy's 2-out base hit, plated Sean Rodriguez. And here in the fifth, the 0-1 up high, 1-1. Ramos looks in, exhales on the hill, begins the windup. The 1-1. Down low, 2-1 the count. Padres today, fans, got swept with their third loss in a row after the All-Star break when they went in 48-40. Today got doubled up at Petco, 10-5 Atlanta Braves. Can the Braves make a run for their 15th consecutive division title? The 2-1 swung on and lifted out into left center field. Ramirez has to hurry, going to his right. The left fielder, in fact, Josh Howard, came sprinting across and made that catch, and that's good coverage there in the outfield. On a ball, fans, that from this vantage point looks more towards center field than left center. It's a play made by Howard, the left fielder, who had a much further distance to travel. He did scurry along the outfield grass and made that catch on the sprint, and instead of Duff getting his second hit of the game, Tim gone on the fly out to left center. Here's top of the order, Nate Sutton. Left-handed hitter takes the off-speed down low outside in the dirt, 1-0. Pretty good stretch for Nate, though. 5-game hitting streak. Today, fly out to left. Also reached on a fielder's choice. And later caught stealing back in the third inning. Only the 5th time in 23 tries that he's been caught. Quakes by a run. The 1-0 offering. Missing up high, 2-0. I was checking out some Major League Baseball standings today and just look at how many teams are in the mix. The 2-0 grounded right side. Kazmar, second baseman, to his left. Takes a 2-hop, throws to first, nearly threw it away. He waited for Tim Brown to get to the bag, and then from the outfield grass, he almost aimed one toward Brownie. Brownie had to make a backhanded squeeze, and gone on the ground out is Sutton. 2 down here in the 5th. Brings up Freddy Sandoval. Sandoval has grounded a short. He has struck out swinging. Ramos has 4 Ks, and each one has ended an inning. He got Sandoval to end the third. First pitch to the switch hitter, batting right-handed. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. In the major leagues, there's 30 teams, and there's 21 teams within 6.5 games of a playoff spot. And that's nice hope in the middle of July. That trading deadline, July 31st, should be a lot of activity. See if the Padres pull the trigger. Will the Angels pick up a bat? What will the Dodgers do? There's been so much shakeup with L.A., let alone the rest of the potential playoff teams. 0-1 pitch. Popped high right side, foul territory. Brown gives a look to the seats, seeing if he has room. He's going to not have room. Runs into a wall in a netting area that protects the field side dining down the first base side, and Kazmar, the second baseman, over to give a look as well. Kaz would have a tougher reach because Brown at 6'4", Kazmar listed at 5'10". Still, though, no play on the pop-up, foul territory, and an 0-2 coming up to Sandoval. Tremor, one of the mascots, dancing along, strutting his stuff atop the third base home dugout. Dancing solo. 2 outs, 1-0 Quakes in the 5th. The 0-2 from Ramos. Fastball lined into right field. Base hit. Sandoval has hit in 3 in a row. And Ramos, for the moment, not finishing off this 5th inning with his 5th strikeout of the game. But here is what's happened with Ramos today. 2-out single in the first with a chance at a 1-2-3 inning. Had a chance to put up a 0 last inning, give up the 2-out single to Leahy. And here gives up the 2-out single with another chance at a 1-2-3 inning. Nonetheless, for the Quakes, 6 hits in the game. Sandoval gets his first. Freddy can run a little bit. 19 for 24 in steals. Sean Rodriguez, who can swing a little bit at the plate. 2 for 2 today, right-handed hitting shortstop. First pitch, over for a strike. Cesar ahead, 0-1. Sandoval takes a pretty sizable lead. Ramos, vulnerable at times to base running, and throws over to first, playing catch there with Tim Brown. Sandoval back standing. Ramos looking for his 6th win. Cesar has lost only 1 time in his last 9 outings. 8 of those starts once as a reliever when Doug Brocail started. The 0-1 down low, 1-1. Doug Brocail, I think if you'd ask any of these players who got a chance to deal with him a little bit or a lot of it, that the veteran major leaguer who had 2 angioplasty surgeries in late spring training and with the Storm in 6 outings this season as a rehab stint, he was invaluable. 1-1 down low, 2-1. Just his willingness to participate in the minor league experience and get himself ready, but also tutor these young players and share his time and his major league experience. And he's one of the best to have been around in my recollection. 2-1 coming up to Rodriguez. Ramos has to be careful. The pitch taken down low, 3-1, and maybe being too careful. Fans who have been at the Diamond this year know there's a couple of hawks, sometimes 3, that soar around the stadium. Well, here in Rancho, out in center and left center, hawk kind of patrolling the area, enjoying the day, and seeing nature here awfully nice. The 3-1 from Ramos. Missing up high, Rodriguez thought about it, instead lays off, and there's the walk, and for Cesar, his 2nd walk of the game. So a 5-pitch walk puts runners at first and second. It also forces the bullpen to get active. Ramos had thrown 46 pitches through 3 innings, 15 per, at a 25-pitch 4th inning. Came into this inning 71 pitches in, and again the warm day might factor in. A 1-0 deficit. But right-hander Mark Roberts is warming up for Lake Elsinore with pitching coach Steve Weber out to the mound to share some thoughts with Ramos and catcher Nick Hundley. Ramos had back-to-back outs here in the 5th. Gave up the 2-strike line drive single to right by Sandoval, going the other way. And then delicately pitches to Rodriguez, who had singled twice off of Cesar earlier in the game. First and second, here's Michael Collins, Rancho's RBI leader. Has hit in all 4 games of this series. Today, a strikeout and a single. 3-0-2 batter. Has a chance to give the Quakes more than just a 1-0 lead. Ramos is set, and now time called by the catcher Nick Hundley. With the second baseman Sean Kazmar hovering near the second base bag, keeping Sandoval close. Big gap between first and second. Collins, trust me, isn't afraid to go that way, despite the right-handed hitter. There goes Sandoval, double steal, first pitch missing, throw down to second as a throw into center field. That's a tough move. Advancing home is Sandoval, the throw to third, Rodriguez safe, and Hundley just made it 2-0. I don't think you get an out at second base, probably a ball you need to eat. Or worst case scenario, you need to make sure you throw it to Kazmar, 127 feet away or so from home plate. But Hundley with the double steal. Sandoval goes to third, Rodriguez to second, and then both advance a base on the E2. I like the aggressiveness from Bobby Mitchell, the manager. Double steal, 2 outs in the inning with their RBI leader at the plate. The 1-0 to Collins. That seemed like an angry pitch there from Ramos. Fastball in, 2-0. Cesar just trying to get out of the inning without giving up more, but 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th for the Quakes. A runner at third, and the 2-0 to Collins. Up high, 3-0. If anything today, what stood out for me is up in the zone for Cesar. He hasn't been able to work down and stay down. And through it all, he's still only down a couple. .30 pitch, that's not close, missing outside, back-to-back walks, and let's see how long Ramos will stay in the ballgame with Cody Fuller coming up. Ramos has walked 3 in the day. Runners at first and third. Little conversation with Adams, the shortstop, Hundley, the catcher. Ramos was listening in. Hagen, the third baseman, within shot. But remember, all this started with 2 outs. Single, walk, double steal E2 with another walk, and now here's Cody Fuller, 293 batter, right-handed hitter. First pitch, hit high, right side, shallow right. Coming in is Croston. Nick has a play, now drifting to his right, reaching up, making the catch. I think that's a big out. At least what you do is you limit the bleeding. Stop it there. Fuller flies out to the right fielder in right center. In the inning, 6 to the plate. Rancho picks up a run. They do so on a base hit, an error, a runner, actually 2 runners left. We're now 5 complete. Game 4 in Rancho, going to the 6th. It's the Quakes 2, the Storm nothing. We'll be back.
Arrowhead Credit Union has been serving the communities of the Inland Empire for more than 50 years, providing excellent service, convenient locations, and competitive savings and loan programs that our members deserve. Arrowhead Credit Union has access to over 1,800 service center locations and over 25,000 free ATMs nationwide. If you live, work, or worship in the San Bernardino or Riverside counties, you can join Arrowhead Credit Union and start enjoying fabulous rates, friendly service, and convenience. Visit www.arrowheadcu.org for more details.
You know those motorcycles that you see everyone riding? How come that's not you cruising the boulevard? The people at Temecula Motorsports can resolve that little problem. They've got the bike you've been dreaming about in their showroom, like the 2005 Honda VTX 1300C. Performance, value, style, and a look all its own. A giant V-twin with plenty of power and torque. The ride is pure VTX, cool and comfort. Drop by Temecula Motorsports, 26860 Jefferson, Murrieta. Winchester off-ramp, 515, right on Jefferson and North 1 mile.
Wake up! It's time for the semi-annual jewelry and watch sale at Overstock.com. If you're looking for a fun fashion statement with some bling or exquisite jewelry by some of the hottest designers like John Atencio and Damiani, Overstock.com has reduced prices at an additional 15%. Stunning watches by Invicta, Movado, Tag Heuer, and more. Name brands up to 70% off. Don't wait. The sale ends midnight, July 24th. Shop Overstock.com.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Rancho by 2, top of 6. Welcome back to the Epicenter. Sean McCall with you live. Eddie in studio at Cash 1700. On the mound, Rancho starter Fernando Rodriguez. He's retired the last 8 in a row. Top of the order, Josh Howard to try to change that. Howard double down the third baseline back in the third. That was the last Storm hit and one of only 3 today. First pitch swinging, ground ball hit to the shortstop. Rodriguez up with a 3-hopper. He'll have to hurry, and the throw not caught by the first baseman Michael Collins. As safe is Howard. We'll see how it's scored. Potentially E3. And that's how it's going to be scored. Collins, a catcher by trade, trying to play a little first base in the learning process of it all. He's a young player with a good bat out of Canberra, Australia, 21 years young, 2 days from now, celebrating a birthday. Rancho enjoys a day off tomorrow as well. Guess what? With that error, tying run aboard, at the plate, Sean Kazmar. First pitch swinging, hits it high in the air to left, but playable for Drew Toussaint. Boy, I got carried away for a moment, thinking maybe. Kazmar responding to the thoughts, but no, gone on the fly out to left. Toussaint there to make the catch, and the Storm a little bit aggressive right now. Normally not a club that goes first pitch swinging, or at least let the game dictate some of that. But Howard went first pitch swinging, reached on the E3 as it was scored. Kazmar first pitch swinging, and flies out to left. Kaz 0 for 3 in the game. 1 down for Peter Ciafrone. Missed out on a hit and an RBI in the third when Rodriguez, the starter, helped out on a play. First pitch, Ciafrone takes, called strike 0-1. Ciafrone, 339 batter in his 50th game. A 2-run home run here could tie it, but it would also give him 50 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, popped up. Could be trouble, shallow left center. Who's going to get there? Maybe no one. And that ball's going to land for a base hit. Howard does get to second base. Good base running by Josh. A blooper by Ciafrone. And a ball that stays afloat that long, it always seems troublesome that you don't have a catch on it. But for the Storm, that's good news. That's more of a play where Drew Toussaint needs to go get it. The left fielder coming in, an easier route than, say, Rodriguez, the shortstop, who gets turned around and has to locate it differently. And also a long way for Fuller to go from center. But it lands for a hit. Ciafrone's hit in 5 of 6. And here's Nick Crosta. Now a swing of the bat, and the Storm could take the lead. Crosta has flown out and grounded out. 262 batter. Righty-righty matchup as well, and Rodriguez, the starter, first pitch, swung on, grounded left side and into the hole, left field, base hit. Howard's being waved home. Toussaint is throwing home. That throw off the line, and the Storm are on the board. It's 2-1. Nick Crosta, the RBI single. Crosta, 16 RBIs now in 31 Cal League games. The Storm taking advantage of that E3. When you start the inning with a runner aboard, it puts a little more pressure on the pitcher, and that's the first time tonight the Storm have had that leadoff batter on. And it comes via the E3. It also stopped a stretch of 8 straight outs. And so capitalizing on Rancho's miscue, Ciafrone got the gift, I thought, on the base hit on the high pop-up in left center. He's now at second. The RBI single for Crosta. He's at first, and here's Tim Brown. Storm won't get shut out today. They're on the board, and here comes the late inning heroics. They've been active in the 6th through the 9th. 3 games in a row here at the Epicenter. Brown, left-handed batter, 1 for 2. First pitch swinging. He hits one into right field. That's a hit. Ciafrone will be waved home, and the throw from the right fielder, Remily, is at the plate, not in time, and past the catcher. Brown's going to get an extra 90 feet. Holding at third base is Crosta. The Storm have tied things up in second and third with only 1 out in the inning. Remily on the throw to Duff. Short hop the catcher. It got into foul territory on the third base side, and Jim Brown will get an RBI single. The Storm have 3 hits in the inning, 2 runs that have tied things up. You know who's enjoying this right now? Cesár Ramos, because if you get another run, Ramos would be in line for a win. I didn't think that was going to be a scoring opportunity. Ciafrone didn't get a great jump. I thought Remily got to the ball soon enough. But Ciafrone hurried home, scoring from second. Crosta was going first to third on the single. Brown, though, got the extra 90 feet on the E9 as it scored. And so not only the RBI, but an extra base. And after the pitching coach, Eric Bennett, was out to gather round the pitcher's mound. Here's Nick Hundley, and Rancho's going to bring the infield in. Hundley already has 7 RBIs in 4 Cal League games. He's 0 for 2 today with a pop-up to short and a strikeout swinging. 2-2 in the 6th. The right-handed starter, Fernando Rodriguez, 1 win since June 1st. First pitch to Hundley. Called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Hundley, he's hit in 4 consecutive Cal League games after Nick began the 06 campaign with the Fort Wayne Wizards. Played in 57, hit 274 at Fort Wayne. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, grounded left side in the hole into left field, base hit. Easily scoring his Crosta. Brown's going to be held up. The Storm have the lead on the 8th RBI in 5 Cal League games for Nick Hundley. He's 7 for 21, batting .333. He's hit in 5 straight. He gives the Storm the lead, and Ramos now has a chance at a win, and Rodriguez is in line for a loss. Granted, a lot of baseball left, but the storyline in this series, in part, has been Lake Elsinore scoring after the 5th and relying on a bullpen that's gotten it done in victories. The only loss, the game-winning home run with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, a walk-off by Nate Sutton on Friday night. But Hundley's at first on the single to left with the infield in. Brown's at third. Crosta scores. Here's Matt Hagan, 7th batter of the inning. 1 for 2. Right-handed hitter takes fastball low, and it's 1-0. This happens with lack of defensive execution, bottom line. Storm also, though, have 4 hits, coming with 1 out after Kazmar flew out. So 4 consecutive singles. The 1-0 to Hagan. Check swing on a pitch low below the knees. He didn't go around. No appeal. 2-0. I did joke briefly with Hagen today because he's played first. He loves Will Clark. He grew up a Giants fan. Played some second twice in back-to-back games and roots for Robbie Thompson. I said, what's today, Matt Williams style? And you know what happens with Williams. You got to go deep. Long ball. That kid drove in some runs. Former Giants third baseman, former D-backs as well. 2-0 to Hagen. Ground ball foul, chopped over the netting and past the dugout. It actually bounces back to Storm manager Rick Renteria. The horseshoe toss to the fourth row or so. Skip gives one back to the fans. Hagen down, well, scoreboard says 2-0. 2-1 the count. Only one out, first and third. The 2-1. Good pitch, called strike on the off speed. Hagen kind of kicks the dirt, not happy with himself. 2-2 the count. Hagen's played in 46 games with the Storm this year. He's played first 16 times, the outfield 11 times, 5 times a catcher. Second time today at third. Played second 3 times as well. Versatility. Step off third to first. Nobody buying into it. Brown 90 feet away. Hundley across the diamond at first. But the Storm now lead this one 3-2 in Rancho. Top of the 6th inning. Rodriguez set. 2-2 to Hagen. Fastball popped up. Right side. Probably won't be deep enough. The right fielder, Remley, is underneath. Brown thinking about tagging. He's just going to go part way. Here comes the throw. It's cut off, and Brown will get back to the bag. I think the idea there is maybe Remley would chuck one away again. He didn't. Hagen misses out on a sac fly there, and a ball not hit deep enough to right. F9 in my book. 2 down in the inning. Stepping up is Storm shortstop Skip Adams. 1 for 4 Thursday. Didn't play Friday or Saturday after he collided with the second baseman Sean Kazmar, looking to make a defensive play on Thursday. Cliff Remley was at the plate. Ball that ended up a hit in center field, but Adams and Kazmar stayed in the game, but Skip had a mild case of whiplash, missed Friday and Saturday. Today, ground out. But a chance to give the Storm more than just a 1-run lead. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Four hits in the inning, all singles. 7 hits on the day for the Storm. Adams looking for his first. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball called strike at the knees, 0-2. Nice pitch selection there. Rodriguez went first pitch off speed, got ahead, came back with a heater, 90 miles an hour, and looking to finish out this 6th inning with only 8 to the plate. On deck, Yordani Ramirez. Catcher sets up away. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back, and Adams staying alive. Skip is 12 for 40 against Rancho pitching. Just 1 for 6 in the road trip. Taps the plate. Squared at the plate as well. 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Duff. Nice job to save a base and save a run as Brown stays at third, Hundley at first, and an exchange of baseballs there with a new pearl thrown out there to Fernando Rodriguez. Quakes led 1-0 after 4. Got another in the 5th, an unearned run. The Storm, though, have responded here in the top of the 6th with 3 runs, helped out by an E3 that started the inning in the rally. An E9 has also added into the equation. And a 1-2 coming up to Adams. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hammered down the left side, off the glove of the third baseman Sandoval, and into left field. Scoring is Brown. Hundley goes first to third. Adams trying to get to second. He will on the sliding double, and Lake Elsinore has taken a 4-2 lead. Adams down in the count, but Skip gets his 11th extra base hit as far as the doubles are concerned. RBI number 36 on the year. The big inning can continue with Yordani Ramirez at the plate. Second and third, 2 outs. Ramirez had an 0 for 5 Thursday, had a base hit on Friday, 1 for 1 and a pinch hitting role. And then Yordani, 3 for 4 yesterday. He missed out on a hit, I thought, on a hustle play in the third, and then lined out to center in the fifth. Infield playing back. First pitch, swung on, fouled back, and it's 0-1. A hard hit ball that Sandoval, the third baseman, playing back, gets a glove on, but on the backhand side, I thought fortunate just to slow it down. If he makes a clean play, tip the cap, and Mission Optometric eye-catching play of the game. But it's Adams at second. Hundley is at third. 4-2 Storm in the sixth. The 0-1. Off speed, nearly hit Ramirez. Came across and missed belt high as he jumped back. 1-1 the count. How do you think Cesár Ramos feels right now after he gets to sit back and rejuvenate? Storm bullpen has quieted down. Ramos actually leaning forward on that railing there in the first base dugout. 7 of his teammates and the strength and conditioning coach as well. The 1-1. Swung on, pop foul. Left side, out of play. Beyond the first section of seats, and it'll kick around. Actually, it ends up bouncing down. 1-2 to Giordani. 223 batter. Ramirez has hit pretty well against Rancho, hitting 278 before today. 5 for 18. Giordani's got a birthday coming up this month. 2 weeks from tomorrow. He'll be 22 on a day off. May come back tired on August 1st. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit foul. Sliced right side and to some field side dining area. Vacated today. Just a lazy Sunday with a 4-2 advantage. Tough inning for Fernando Rodriguez. He had faced a minimum 3 batters in 3 innings, but he's faced 9 here in the 6th. The 1-2. Breaking ball swung on, line to the second baseman, Ryan Leahy, who took a couple of steps to his left, did a little knee bend, and gone is Ramirez for the final out here in the 6th. But it's the Storm, as mentioned, that send 9 to the plate. Lake Elsinore scores 4 runs. They do so on 5 base hits, 2 errors, 2 runners left through 5.5 at the epicenter in Rancho. Lake Elsinore 4, Rancho Cucamonga 2.
Are you suffering from pizza and micro-brewed beer deprivation? Well, suffer no more. The new owners of Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company have initiated their awesome new lunch specials for every budget. From pizza to salads to oven-toasted sandwiches and much more. The same mind-blowing pizza that we've all come to know and love. Hand-tossed and stone-baked, the purest mozzarella and toppings to the roof. You can look, but you simply can't find a better pizza than at Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company. And their micro-brewery produces some of the best beer on the planet. Try their famous micro-sampler. You may never want to leave. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company is now family-owned and operated, and they want to invite your family to come and join the fun. Hey, they even have a full arcade for the kids, a true neighborhood pizzeria and local brewery. Happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. daily, $6.50 a pitcher, $1.75 a mug, domestic. Now that's a happy hour. Stuck in traffic? Call ahead and have it ready. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company, your neighborhood pizzeria on Madison and Hot Springs Road, across from Walmart. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company, it's all good.
The companies that comprise the D.R. Horton family of builders are dedicated to building quality-crafted, distinctive homes right here in Lake Elsinore. You can see our brand-new D.R. Horton development called Vista del Lago above the center field fence the next time that you visit the Diamond. D.R. Horton is building another landmark development called North Oaks in Murrieta at the 215 Clinton Keith exit. For more information on D.R. Horton handcrafted homes with impeccable quality and timeless tradition, log on today to drhorton.com. D.R. Horton will make you feel right at home.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Storm by 2 through 5.5. Welcome back. Sean McCall live, Eddie in studio. New pitcher is right-handed reliever Mark Roberts. Roberts makes his 3rd appearance of the series. The starter, Cesár Ramos, went from down 2 to up 2. And now, instead of a possible loss, it's a possible win. Ramos goes 5 innings, allows 2 runs, 1 of those earned. On 6 base hits, Cesár ended up walking 3 and striking out 4. Cliff Remley will lead off the 6th for Rancho. Remley is hit in 6 straight, 0 for 2 today. left-handed batter, came into this one batting .300. And first pitch from the righty out of Owasso, Oklahoma. Fastball from Roberts misses outside, 1-0. Cliff, 3 straight 2-hit games against the Storm and takes that 1-0 outside, 2-0. Today, Remley is grounded at third. He also reached on a fielder's choice. Bonaforce out at second when he grounded one to the first baseman, Tim Brown. That was in the fourth. 2-0 pitch. That's up high and outside, 3-0. For Mark Roberts, game number 9 with the Storm. He's 1-0 with a 1.46 earned run average. The 3-0, that pitch not close either. Well, close enough, but it's a base on balls on 4 pitches. And Roberts didn't want to jinx him, but Mark came in on Thursday to get his first win with Lake Elsinore and had 6 straight outs, pitched perfectly. Yesterday came in relief, got 5 outs in a row. So 11 consecutive outs and gives up a walk here. And now the tying run is at the plate. And the former Ryan Leahy, who had an RBI single his last time up, that got the scoring started. The one earned run off of Ramos came with a 2-out base hit from Leahy in the fourth. First pitch, Roberts fires fastball with Leahy showing bunt, pulling back, taking a pitch for a strike, 0-1. 253 batter, having a 3-for-6 series. Gets the start in game 4. Didn't play Thursday or Saturday. Third baseman Matt Hagan, even with the bag. Middle infield pinch towards second. The 0-1 popped up into shallow right. This could be trouble. No, it isn't. Crossed it, started quick, then had a little hitch to his game, and then picked up that jog toward the infield area. Ends up making a catch rather easily. Leahy gone on the fly out to right. 1 down. Here's Drew Toussaint. Roberts joined Lake Elsinore about a month ago. Let me look to see the literal ways of that, actually. It was for that road trip in Visalia and Modesto. His first game was in Modesto, middle of June. It was on a Sunday, the 18th of June. Here's Toussaint, 0 for 2. First pitch called, strike, inside corner, righty-righty matchup, 0-1. Storm 4, Quakes 2, bottom of 6. This ball game got underway at 5:07. Still have 7 minutes before that 2-hour mark. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball outside, 1-1. Roberts listed at 5'11", 190. He's still in the sunshine, but shadows have reached the slope of the mound on the third base side, the home plate area in the shadows. Everybody else in the sunshine. 1 out, runner at first, the 0-1. Fastball hit foul, out of play, right side. Beyond the seats, and 0-2 the count. Storm off tomorrow, home on Tuesday. 3-game series, July 18th through the 20th. Don't forget about a Family Fun Wednesday, the Thirsty Thursday, and then looking ahead, July 24th through the 30th, the Storm at the Diamond as well. That's when Rancho will be back in Lake Elsinore. 0-2 pitch. Popped up down the right field side. Could be trouble. Crosta gives a look, but that ball foul. Trouble only for a moment from this vantage point. Crosta saw it a little bit differently, coming in from right, going to his left, but a ball that lands maybe 8-10 feet right of the chalk. 0-2 coming up to Toussaint. Storm trailed by 1, then by 2. Got 4 in this 6th inning. In comes Roberts, goes up lead-off 4-pitch walk, then gets Leahy on a fly-out, and Toussaint awaits the 0-2. 0-2 pitch, fastball lifted into left field, lined into left, that's a base hit. Howard plays it on a bounce, Toussaint is aboard, and Rancho Cucamonga, first and second, 1 out, trailing by 2. Here's number 9 hitter due up, Tim Duff. Jogging down the line is Matt Barnard, Storm reliever, wearing jersey 31. He left the Storm first base dugout, picking up a jog to get to the Storm bullpen area, down and right. And here's Duff. He singled in the third off of Ramos. He flew out to left center on a nice hustle catch by Josh Howard in the 5th, but Duff's first time that he faces reliever Mark Roberts. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Storm. Rancho 2 runs and 7 hits, and Roberts looking for a double play ball. Duff, the catcher by trade, takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-0. And I bring that up because if you can't induce the ground ball here, you don't have to hurry the same way as perhaps, say, a leadoff hitter, center fielder, guy that runs a little bit differently. 22 games, 178 average for Duff. Roberts set, looks to second. The 1-0 pitch, that's outside, and Roberts certainly not as sharp as he was on Thursday and last night. Third time in 4 games he works in this series. And just not as sharp, but still. Get a double play, you're out of the inning, and the Storm keep a 2-run lead. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, that is. Pulled foul. Third base side. Easy for me to say. 2-1. Earlier today, Temecula Motorsports out-of-town scoreboard report. Padres lost at home. 10-5 Atlanta. Braves sweep San Diego. Jake Peavy, the former Storm, also falls to 4-9. San Francisco lost at home to Philadelphia. Good news for the Pods. Dodgers got beat. Arizona got beat. Hitters count. 2-1 to Duff. Swung on, fouled back, 2-2. Colorado also lost. So the National League West today, Arizona, Colorado, San Diego, San Francisco, L.A., they all got the loss. So everybody hanging in there. I'm rooting for the Pods. A couple of folks here in the press box, Dodger fans and loyal supporters of the Blue. I can root for the Halos as well. That's the American League pick, and not that you care, but former Storm parent club. 2-2 to Duff. Popped high and foul behind home plate, out of play. Fans look up, but no souvenir, at least not on this part, out in front of the stadium. Generally, there's always some activity, or often there's activity here around the epicenter, part of the Rancho Cucamonga Adult Sports Park. All I see is soccer and baseball and softball, but yes, the Adult Sports Park here in Rancho. Base hit away, extra base hit, chance to tie things up, but again, Roberts looking for a double play ball. Top of the order, Sutton on deck. Roberts set, here's the pitch. Fastball lifted high, but playable in right center field. Who's going to get there? Yordani Ramirez. The center fielder hurries in, going to his left, making a catch, and Duff is out number 2. Lead-off walk, and then a one-out single. Duff retired. Here's Nate Sutton. Sutton's had some big base hits in this series. On Thursday, to start this 4-gamer, Sutton singled and homered, scored 2 runs. Storm came back and rallied on Thursday. On Friday, Sutton had a 2 RBI triple, and as well, the late inning walk-off home run. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, his hit the difference. Yesterday, Sutton went 1 for 4. Today, 0 for 3, but he has hit in 5 straight. Left-handed batter, 277 hitter. Storm 4, Quakes 2, bottom of 6 as Roberts comes set. First pitch, off speed up high, 1-0. Mook Roberts, that's the nickname. Formerly with the Texas Rangers organization, now 3 levels away from the Bigs in the Padres system. Last year, actually, he was closer to the major leagues than he is right now. He spent some time at AA Frisco in the Texas League with the Rough Riders. Looks to second, the 1-0 pitch. Boy, doesn't get the plate stretched on the inside corner. Borderline there, 2-0. Get an out, get to the dugout, get the bats going, and extend a 4-2 lead. Or Sutton has something to say about that. The 2-0 to Nate. Check swing foul ball. A tapper there that he's not happy about. Rolling toward the Quakes third base dugout. 2-1. Not sure what you'd call Sutton's rally sock look. It's cut in half. At second is Remley. At first is Toussaint. The 2-1 floats outside, 3-1. And on deck is Freddy Sandoval. Nobody up in the Storm pen. Rancho's pen, dormant, quiet as well. The 3-1 offering, that's outside, and again, Roberts having his woes today. It's his second walk of the inning. It loads the bases, and it brings up Freddy Sandoval. Storm pitching coach Steve Weber will make a visit out toward the mound, or at least he's going to walk that way. Do we need to get him a song? The proper song? Yeah, walk this way. Quick Temecula Motorsports out-of-town scoreboard report besides the local teams. In the American League, Kansas City, they get their first win of the season to beat the Tigers 9-6 on the road in Detroit. Yankees 6-4 better than the White Sox, sweeping Chicago. Mariano Rivera, big day, saved 21, but the 400th of his storied career. A-Rod hit his 20th, Derek Jeter his 6th. Jared Wright the winner in a victory in New York over the Sox. Seattle lost in Toronto. Mariners got a run in the 8th and the 9th to tie things up at 3 apiece, but Toronto gets a victory with a run in the 11th. 4-3 final. Texas got shut out in Baltimore 4-0. O's with former Storm Rodrigo Lopez the victory. Oakland 8-1 winners at Fenway. And Cleveland lost at Minnesota 5-2. Hang on for a moment. At the plate, Sandoval. Bases loaded. Roberts ready. First pitch to the switch hitter batting left-handed. Fastball outside 1-0. Also, the Angels beat Tampa Bay 7-5. Scott Shields, the win. Frankie Rodriguez, the save. Both former Storm. Right now, 3 on, 2 out. The 1-0 to Sandoval. That misses outside 2-0. And you have no reason to be too cute right here. You got the lead. You've already walked Remily on 4 pitches. He's at third. Toussaint had a 2-strike single to left. Sutton walked on 5 pitches. And here comes a 2-0 to Sandoval. Roberts set. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, hard hit right side into right field, base hit. Remily scoring. Toussaint being waved. The throw will go to the second base bag and slowed down by Skip Adams. We're tied at 4 in the 6th. And guess what? Cesár Ramos won't get a win either. He'll get the no decision. So Sandoval clutches up with a 2 RBI single into right in between the first and second baseman. Rancho, after they led by 2 and then trailed by 2, have now evened it up. And runners on the corners for Sean Rodriguez. He has singled twice. He has walked as well. Nate Sutton ends up at third base on that single by Sandoval into right, the line drive. Freddy gets his first multi-hit game of the series. Here's Sean Rodriguez, 5-game hitting streak. 300 hitter, second in the league in home runs, and righty-righty matchup. First pitch breaking ball inside 1-0. Cesár Ramos thought, oh good, I didn't get a loss today, and in line for a win, and now probably frustrated that in comes Roberts, and walk, out, single, out, walk, single. 2 hits, 2 walks, and the freebies come back and haunt him. 1 has scored, 1's at third. And Sandoval, who already has a stolen base to his credit, do you dare send him? I doubt it. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, fouled back off the netting, 1-1. Sandoval is 20 for 25 in steals this year. Rancho did execute a double steal back in the 5th and scored with an E2 in mind. Would they dare go double steal here? Roberts, the 1-1. There goes the runner, a bluff, and a pitch swung on and fouled back. He sold it for a moment, long enough for me to tell a quick lie, and a new pearl thrown out there to Roberts. This series has been back and forth. Today, roller coaster started in the 4th. It was 0-0. Rancho led, added to it. Storm had the 4-run 6th. Bottom of 6th, Quakes get 2, and here comes a 1-2 to Rodriguez with a cleanup hitter, Collins on deck. The pitch outside, no throw, in fact the third, and nearly hitting the runner at third, Sutton. I like the idea by Hundley. A look to second, but a throw to third to see if you catch Sutton napping. Instead, almost caught him in the dome. That could have been trouble. That could have been off the helmet and then a stinger in the ear, but that could have been a run. Instead, Sandoval gets the steal. 2 in the game, 21 on the year. 2-2 to Rodriguez. Fastball hit high and deep, out into center, but playable. I thought it was deeper. It's routine for Ramirez. Yordani to his left, making a catch, and Rodriguez gone on the fly out. So with a chance to give the Quakes the lead once again, their home run leader is out number 3, and the Storm and the Quakes through 6 complete, 2/3 of the way through, and yes, even up 4-4 at the epicenter.
Are you looking for a place for your home team, your family? Families who want variety, value, and growing room are finding a winning combination at Albert Hill Ranch in Lake Elsinore. An easy commute from North San Diego, Orange, and Riverside counties. This Newcastle and Cook master plan includes new parks, a new school, and 3 diverse neighborhoods now selling from the 400,000s. Explore them now at alberthillranch.com. That's alberthillranch.com. Or visit the model homes just off Interstate 15 at Lake Street. Just take the Lake Street exit off the 15 freeway and follow the signs to Albert Hill Ranch.
74 Motorsports in Lake Elsinore is your extreme sports headquarters for the whole family. With more selection, more value, more customer service. 74 Motorsports has the largest inventory lineup of new Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and Bombardier in the valley. This 30,000 square foot superstore is jam-packed with top-of-the-line parts and accessories. They're right off the freeway and right on the price. 74 Motorsports from the I-15 exit west on Highway 74 to Collier. Experience the difference. See why you get more off the 74.
Have you ever had a customized Chipotle burrito made precisely how you want it? That's right, Chipotle, and it's gourmet. Burritos and tacos made to order with 17 ingredients to let you cover all 4 food groups in a single bite. Chipotle Mexican Grill located in Temecula off Margarita and General Kearney. Try it for yourself and see why crowding the plate is a good thing. Chipotle Mexican Grill serving gourmet tacos and burritos. Chipotle in Temecula, an unburritable sponsor of Storm Baseball in 2006.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Top of 7, tied at 4 in Rancho. Lights are starting to come on. Shadows approaching the second base bag as it moves across the field from left to right. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Storm. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Quakes. Rancho's committed a couple of errors. The Storm won. Starting pitcher Fernando Rodriguez, after facing 9 batters and giving up 4 runs on 5 hits last inning, stays in the game. Josh Howard will lead off. Storm left-handed hitting left fielder, .290 batter. 1 for 3 in the game, and first pitch takes it for a strike. It's 0-1. For the starter for the Quakes, 77 pitches through 6 innings. That's pretty efficient. The 0-1 swung on, line into center field, base hit. And it's Howard who has his 3rd multi-hit game of this series. It's also a leadoff knock for Josh. The Storm leadoff hitter struck out in the first, had a 1-out double in the 3rd. Led off the 6th, reaching on E3, and then later scoring on Nick Cross's single. Here now in the 7th in a tie game, Howard is aboard on a single into center. Josh also 10 for 11 in steals. He was caught yesterday for the first time of the year. Here's Kazmar as he bunting, right-handed hitter, 0 for 3. Third baseman in tight and a move to first, and back is Howard standing. The starter Rodriguez got 4 straight outs to start the game. Storm then had 3 hits against him over the span of 8 batters. And then they went 0 for their next 8 before last inning's rally. First pitch to Kazmar, shows bunt, drops it down, first base side, up the line, rolling foul, with the catcher Duff making sure about midway between home plate and first, and Kazmar will come back. Howard as well from second returning to first. And an 0-1 coming up to Sean. Kazmar today, fly out, ground out, fly out. Looking to extend his hitting ways to 3 in a row. .238 batter. I wouldn't be stunned if he's not bunting here. Manager Renteria likes to do that, where show bunt initially, then swinging away. It's in the 7th. 9 outs to play for both clubs. Maybe less for Rancho. Move over to first with Rodriguez. Fernando, that is, on the mound and throwing over. Taking a lot of time on the hill as well. A lot going through his mind right now. Almost feel him slowing up there. Howard starts off the inning with a single for Lake Elsinore, their 9th hit of the game. And for Howard, his 2nd. 0-1 coming up, pitcher set. Throws over to first. Howard scrambles back again, diving this time. Lights are on. Breeze continues to blow out toward right field. You'll get a little extra carry and a ball hit to right. Storm have 7 singles, 2 doubles. Doubles by Adams and Howard. Pitcher set. The 0-1. Swung on, line into left field, base hit. I thought that Kazmar was going to be swinging. He's hit in 3 straight. He's 1 for 4. The Storm have 10 hits in the contest, and runners at first and second for Peter Ciafrone. And manager Bobby Mitchell for the Quakes has left the third base dugout. He's making the walk out toward the mound, and Fernando Rodriguez knows what's up. It's a little bit disheartening for the young man because, first of all, he was in line for the win and gave up 4. Was in line for the loss, got 2 to have a potential no decision. But with a bullpen that has been hit a little bit in this series, the manager elected to go with Rodriguez to start the 7th, and Fernando gives up back-to-back base hits. Howard single to center. Kazmar's line drive into left field. And Rodriguez is coming out of the game. Quakes are going to the pen, and so will we. Take a pitching change timeout. Eddie in studio. We'll take a little break. Fans, keep it tuned to Cash 1700. Back with more play-by-play coverage after this 60-second pitching change timeout.
Buying, selling, or financing your home can be scary, but not when you work with the right team. Colonial Investment Group takes care of all your real estate needs, whether you need to buy or sell your home or simply refinance. We take the time to explain your options and help you make the right decision based on your needs, regardless of credit or income levels. Call us at 888-933-6700 to find out how we will save you money. Colonial Investment Group, your real estate and home loan center. Equal housing lender, licensed by the Department of Corporations.
Storm fans, when buying, selling, or financing the home of your dreams or investment property, Mount Real Estate offers service above the rest. Tired of the promises other brokers offer but never deliver? Call Mount Real Estate and get back to straight talk and personal service. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or exchange property, or if you need a new home loan or refinance, get the attention and service you deserve. Call Mount Real Estate Services at 866-789-6737 today, or contact us on the web at mountres.com. Mount Real Estate Services. Service above the rest. DRE license 014-696-77.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Thanks again, Eddie, for the help in studio. Fans, happy Sunday, turning into dinner time in Rancho. Well, at least on the West Coast. You may enjoy an earlier meal, but the Storm, they'll be eating a little bit later, hopefully, with winning ways in mind. They're tied at 4. New pitcher is right-handed reliever Aaron Pullen. After the starter, Fernando Rodriguez goes 6+ innings. Rodriguez had been steady through 5, allowing 3 hits, no runs through the first 15 outs. Ran into a 9-batter inning in the 6th. Storm took a lead. Quakes tied it up in the bottom of the 6th. Rodriguez came out for the start of the 7th. Howard singles, Kazmar singles. Into the game is Aaron Pullen against left-handed hitter Peter Ciafrone. Cio singled back in the 6th. 1 for 3, left-handed batter. And first pitch instead, a swivel and a look back to the lead runner, Howard. You have great speed on the bases. Curious how aggressive manager Rick Renteria wants to be. And also, would you dare have your RBI leader, Peter Ciafrone, laying down a bunt? He and Chase Headley have 48 RBIs. Headley sitting this one out. He could always be used in a pinch-hitting role, but right now, nobody out. First and second, Poland set. Kicks and fires. First pitch swung on, hit on a one-hop off the first baseman, Collins. He'll be able to retrieve it, go to the bag himself, and, well, it's like a bunt. It's a hard-hit ball, and Collins kept it in front of him. Ciafrone advances. Howard to third, Kazmar to second. Out on the 3 unassisted. 1 down. Here's Nick Crosta, but Ciafrone was looking to attack that first pitch. Defensively now, Rancho will play in. Second and third. Here's Nick Crosta at the plate. He singled to left his last time up. 1 for 3 in the game. 262 batter. First pitch from Pullen. Taken down low, 1-0. For Crosta, 31 games, counting today, 16 RBIs, more than 1 every 2. Played collegiately at Texas, finished up at Santa Clara with the Broncos. The 1-0 pitch, down low outside, missing away, 2-0. For Pullen, it's his second outing of the series. He went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits on Thursday night. Storm scored a couple in the 7th against Pullen when they got within 2 and then had a 5-run 8th and got the victory 9-6. 2-0 pitch, swung on, hit foul. Looked like a late decision there by Crosta. Fouled it off the netting, right side, and Still 2-1. Hitter's advantage. Infield in. One out, second and third. Chance to reclaim the lead. The 2-1 pitch. Down low in the dirt, missing away, 3-1. And on deck is cleanup hitter Tim Brown. Brown is 2 for 3 in the game. He scored a run, driven in a run. Crosta singled home the first run for the Storm last inning. He later scored as well in the sixth. 3-1 coming up. Pullen is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Went with the fastball that Crosta hits off the netting. 3-2 to Nick. I think a pitch to remember right here. 2 hours, 15 minutes in here in Rancho. Tied at 4. Third of the game left, basically. And Pullen, human rain delay, taking his time. He's going to call out the catcher, Tim Duff. Why not? Slow things up a little bit more. Storm have a day off tomorrow. Rancho does as well. After the All-Star break, 65 games in 68 days. But tomorrow off, July 31st, and then August 14th. And then hopefully the day off after the regular season before the playoffs get going. Storm still have to make it. Pullen set, the 3-2 to Crosta. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He threw him the high floater and got away with it. And that's a huge out right there. A pitch to look back on. 3-2 pitch. Strikes him out. Infield gets to breathe a little bit differently there. Back-to-back outs after back-to-back singles against the starter, Fernando Rodriguez. We'll wait to give you his line until it's complete. Here's Tim Brown. They'll intentionally walk Brown to get to a guy, Nick Hundley, who in this series has hit in all 4 games. And also, in 5 Cal League games, he's got 8 RBIs. So intentionally walk Brownie, the left-handed hitter, to get to Hundley, the right-handed bat. The pitcher, Pullen, nearly threw one away right there as Duff had to go reach for it. But either way, 3-0 coming up to Brown. Brown down to first, drops the bat. Pitching coach Eric Bennett out to say a few words with most of the infield joining the gathering. The third baseman Sandoval will come in. Shortstop Rodriguez, Leahy the second baseman, late to join the party, but he's walking toward the mound. And the first baseman, Michael Collins, he's just hanging out on the first base side. Infield in with Cross at the plate. Nick was 4 for his first 12 in this series until that strikeout. But stepping up, walking toward the plate, is Hundley.
Not bad. Number 26, Nick Hundley.
The starter tonight, Fernando Rodriguez, ended up facing 29 batters without a walk. Granted, he gave up 10 hits, but no walks, couple of Ks. In relief, Pullen with a strikeout and a walk. And now it's Hundley, right-handed batter. First pitch, down low, 1-0 the count. Pullen limited duty here in the Cal League, only his 10th game. He's worked 10 innings. He has yet to throw a wild pitch, but that could bring home the go-ahead run. Also at third base is Howard. He runs very well. Kazmar at second, Brown at first. Infield playing back, outfield straight away. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, ground to the third baseman. Big bounce for Sandoval. He'll go the short route to second and nearly trouble there. With Leahy having to look into the sunshine and was blinded momentarily, but able to make the squeeze, and Hundley bounces into the force out. At second base, Brown is retired 5-4, and Lake Elsinore had a chance, but it doesn't go that way. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. We are through 6.5. Hope you know what time it is. Time for a 7th inning stretch brought to you by Walker Physical Therapy and Menifee Valley Athletic Club. Excellence in healthcare and encouraging you to stand tall and enjoy. Through 6.5 in Rancho, 4-4. We'll be back.
For the best value in baseball, you can't beat a night at the stadium, cheering on Lake Elsinore's own Lake Elsinore Storm. And for the best value in real estate, you can't beat the years of satisfaction you'll get from owning a distinctive new home from Corman Lee Homes, the 2006 SMC Home Building Company of the Year. Throughout the Inland Empire, Corman Lee is scoring big with home buyers by thinking like a home buyer, listening to their needs and preferences, and building homes for the way people want to live. You can experience the Corman Lee Value Advantage right now at Vizcaya in Lake Elsinore, voted as the 2006 Community of the Year under $399,999. So when you're aiming for maximum value in a new home, you can be sure of hitting the strike zone every time with Corman Lee Homes. Find out more about the Corman Lee neighborhoods near you by visiting CormanLee.com. That's CormanLee.com. Then get in the game and join the winning team, the home team at Corman Lee Homes.
The air conditioning and heating costs for your business can be as much as 50% of your energy bill. Pacific Rim Mechanical's experienced service representatives can inspect your building's HVAC systems and provide solutions to save you money. With offices in Riverside, Orange, and San Diego counties, we're in the right place to make a difference to your bottom line. Maintenance programs protect expensive investments, so call us at 1-800-891-HVAC. That's 1-800-891-4822. Pacific Rim Mechanical, meeting the heating and cooling needs for your business.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Fans, hope you had a good stretch. As always, if you can, if you care, stand tall, shake it about. But enjoy a stretch that's brought to you by Walker Physical Therapy and Menifee Valley Athletic Club. They've already opened up that new state-of-the-art 26,000 square foot athletic club. To find out about a free 7-day trial membership, call 951-672-0455. And yes, enjoy that stretch. We're tied at 4 in the final game of this 4-game series. Storm won on Thursday, lost on a walk-off home run Friday. Yesterday got 5 in the ninth to open up an 8-2 lead in a victory by 6. And today, 4-4 through 6.5. New pitcher Richie Daigle against Michael Collins. First pitch swinging. Collins hits one high in the air behind home plate. Hundley, the catcher, sheds the mask. He's looking up and there to make the squeeze. He had enough room. I thought for a moment that ball clears the netting and maybe gets to the seats, but the catcher Collins, who's playing first base today, first pitch swinging, and Daigle gets the quick out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Richie. He replaces Mark Roberts. Cesár Ramos went 5. Mark Roberts worked the 6th. He faced 7 batters, gave up a run on 2 hits. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, both runs earned. He also walked 2, and it's now Daigle's turn. Here's Cody Fuller at the plate. Right-handed hitter takes first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Fuller 0 for 2 today, 0 for 2 yesterday, after he extended his hitting streak on Friday to 9 games in a row. He's walked, he's popped up and flown out today. 293 hitter. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Storm, 4 runs, 10 hits. The Quakes, 4 runs, 8 hits. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 1-2 the count. Richie Daigle, former outfielder, and these days a reliever who has come out of the pen 31 times. 35 gets you top 5 in the league. Ryan Klatt, Storm reliever, leads the Cal League in appearances with 39, but Daigle's been busy as well this year. The 1-2 from Richie, lifted high into right field, playable for Crosta. Nick started back, now over to his left, and there to make the squeeze. Fuller gone for route number 2. F9 in the scorebook. Here's Cliff Remley, the Rancho right fielder, at least tonight. Cliff, 6 for his first 11 in the series. Today 0 for 2 with a walk, but it was Remley who started the mess last inning. His team gave up 4 in the top of the 6th to trail by 2. Remley walked on 4 pitches. Later scored on Freddy Sandoval's 2-out, 2 RBI single into right. Remley, 300 batter when the day began with a 5-game hitting streak. Daigle's first pitch. Pop foul, third base side. That'll get to the seats. Who's making a play? No one. The seats. Bounces down to the walkway, and a fan with an Angels cap makes that play and Gives a toss to his son for the souvenir. You can never have too much of that. For Richie Daigle, I mentioned 30 appearances. Daigle as well, 4-0 with a 4.62 earned run average. 0-1 pitch. Missing inside across the belt. The batter there, Remley, throwing the hips back. 1-1 the count. Daigle has made now 4 appearances out of the pen against Rancho. He's recorded 15, making 16 outs against the Quakes. The 1-1. No, not today. Missing inside, 2-1. But Daigle, recording 16 outs. He hasn't walked anybody in relief against Rancho, and he hasn't allowed a hit. That's pretty impressive. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. The 2-1. Missing inside off the glove of the catcher Hundley, and 3-1 the count. On deck, Ryan Leahy. I'm hanging out in the press box with the accommodations and the AC. Curious to see what it's like once I sneak out of the press box, but still a warm day. Fans just kind of hanging out. Lights are on. Little breeze from blowing out toward right. 4-4 in the 7th. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, blooped down the left field line, slicing, and that's going to land for a hit. Howard will play it on a bounce. Looking for 2 is Remley. The throw to second base, cut off, and now the tag, and safe at second base. Oh, my. Kazmar got turned around on the relay from Skip Adams. Heck of a play from Howard, hurrying toward the line, but it's a 2-out double off of Richie Daigle. That probably could have been an out at second base. One, does Adams need to cut it? Once he did cut it, Kazmar was at the bag to receive a short throw from Adams, who was right around the infield dirt where it meets the outfield grass. Skip turned and threw to second. The throw beat him to the bag, but Kazmar, in getting turned around, had to swivel to reach for a tag and didn't get there. Safe is Remley, 6-game hitting streak. Here's Ryan Leahy. 1 for 3, 253 batter, right-handed hitter. Daigle from the stretch, first pitch. Fastball popped up, right side. Tim Brown, the first baseman, gives a look near the stands, but runs out of room there. It hits third row. Foul ball down the first base line, past the dugout. 0-1 to Leahy. Tucson on deck, Duff to follow. Then the top of the order, but it's tied in the 7th. 2 outs, runner at second. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball up and in. Nearly hit the batter Leahy. I think he was surprised that he didn't wear it. He had turned his lead left shoulder to the point that he was almost staring toward the press box. His body had angled that quickly to turn around and wear it on the back, but didn't hit him. 1-1 the count. Daigle looks to second. Richie's 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1. Remember, first pitch swinging, Michael Collins started the inning, popping up to the catcher, Hundley, who made a play a couple of strides from the netting behind the dish. Then Fuller flew out to right, and then Remley on a 3-1 pitch, sliced one down the left field line. Became a double, and a hitter's count to Leahy, the 2-1 to Ryan. Fastball swung on, blooped into left field. That's going to be trouble. Howard on the run, a diving catch, and he does hang on. He shows baseball, he makes the catch, and denied is Leahy on a mission optometric eye-catching play of the game. If you don't have the speed and also the effort, diving to come get it. Looked like that ball may have tried to sneak out of the leather, but Howard hung on to it. The Storm get the out, and sure enough, it's Daigle who puts up the 0. We're 7 complete, going to the 8th in Rancho. 4-4. We'll be back.
Time to buy a car? Make the smart decision and get your auto loan at San Diego County Credit Union. You'll find some of the lowest variable and fixed rates in the county, some of the longest terms, and up to 100% financing. Anyone in San Diego or Riverside County is welcome to apply. Online at sdccu.com. Call 1-877-SDCCU4U or go to any of our 23 branch locations. San Diego County Credit Union, federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
If you're in the market for a used car, prepare to get more than you're expecting. Now you can choose your favorite car, truck, or SUV from over 300 in stock, like Fords, Toyotas, Chevys, and Nissans. Plus, every car we sell is certified. We'll also give you a 3-day money-back guarantee, a 30-day exchange policy, and even a 90-day limited warranty. See retailer for details and restrictions. If you're in the market for a used car, we're in the market to exceed your expectations. Come and see us at Saturn of Temecula on Inez Road.
When other ways of getting to sleep don't work, there's something you should know. Tylenol PM relieves pain and sleeplessness with the pure pain relief of Tylenol and a sleep aid that's safe and non-habit forming when used as directed. So it will help when other ways can't. Stop. Think. Tylenol PM.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Good ball game in Rancho, finishing touches on a 4-game series that began on Thursday with a Storm comeback and a 9-6 win. Rancho rallied to win 8-7 Friday. Yesterday, 8-2 Lake Elsinore tonight. Top of 8, tied at 4. Lake Elsinore at the plate. Matt Hagan, the bottom third of the order against reliever Aaron Pullen and the right-hander. His first pitch missing, 1-0. Pullen came in last inning with first and second, nobody out, and worked his magic. Got a ground out, a strikeout. After an intentional walk, loaded the bases. He got a force out and kept it tied. 2-0 now as Hagan takes a pitch down low, and Matt, who has singled, popped up, and flown out. He's also hit in 3 of 4 against Rancho in the series. 2-0 to Hagan. That's taken for a strike. Boy, that's a generous strike. He's 6'4" and a pitch maybe around the knees. 2-1 the count. No doubles mentality defensively. Guarding the line, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like the changeup. Hagan has the count even up 2-2. Also deep in the outfield, but the center fielder Fuller shades toward right center. And with Toussaint and straightaway left, there is a big gap out in left center. Hagan adjusts the batting glove on the left hand and now steps in, taps the plate. Wide stance at the plate for the young man from Greeley, Colorado. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled back with the bat splintered there, and Hagan hanging on to the lumber, but a piece of the bat went sailing in front of Rancho's dugout, or at least helicopter style it did. Hagan will go retrieve the new bat. Gets it from the bat boy, and he'll now file down the handle a little bit, get himself in appropriate grip, take a practice hack, and start his walk back toward the home plate area. Today on a warm one in Rancho, 3,919. After yesterday, 6,180. Just like the Arc, they count them by twos. Nobody out. Speaking of, the 2-2, missing outside, 3-2 the count. Who's tabulating? It's Noah. We've got a new nickname now. We can't go with the old one. We can't share it with fans. I could, but Noah's in the house, handing me the attendance. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The bat goes flying. That bat went about 110 feet. It ends up nearly in left field, but Hagan gone on the strikeout. And that's the second strikeout in relief for Aaron Pullen. Leadoff out as well. And it brings up Skip Adams. Adams, he doubled his last time up. That was against the starter, Fernando Rodriguez. First time that Skip faces Pullen. Adams, though, he's hit in 6 out of 7. He's hit well against Rancho as well. First pitch, taken low, 1-0. 8 home runs for Adams, and 6 of those are on the road. Am I begging for late offense with the long ball? Why not? The 1-0 pitch, swung on, fouled back off the netting. 1-1 the count. Tomorrow, a day off for both these teams. The Storm home Tuesday. To find out about what's going on for the best available seats, call the Storm at 951-245-HITS. Buy tickets online at stormbaseball.com. But home at the Diamond, July 18th through the 20th. 1-1 pitch. Down low, gets away from the catcher Duff on a pitch outside as well. 2-1 the count. Lake Elsinore's 3 losses here in Rancho. They've won 7 of 10 against the Quakes, but their 3 losses by a 4-2 margin in April, by a 1-0 margin in June, and an 8-7 loss in this series by 1. The 2-1 to Adams, swing and a foul ball off the netting, and 2-2 the count. The 1-0 game they lost, well, tough to win when you don't score. The 8-7 game, Storm trailed 5-0. That was on Friday, and rallied to even the ledger at 7 apiece and gave up the walk-off jack. But still they rallied. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, looped into left center field. This has a chance. Toussaint, the left fielder, on the run. He won't get there. And Adams is 2 for 4 in the contest. A 1-out single is Lake Elsinore's 11th hit of the game. And speed is aboard as well, as Adams is 9 for 12 in steals. And stepping up is Jordani Ramirez. I expect the Storm to be in a running mode here. There is a left-hander warming up in the pen. That's Micah Posey. It was Posey who went 6 innings on Thursday and threw 89 pitches. He pitched very well. Got a no decision and deserved better, but he's warming up. Here's Ramirez's first pitch. It's a called strike, and Aaron Pullen gets ahead in the righty-righty matchup, 0-1. Jordani, 3 hits yesterday and came into this game in the series 4 for 10, but he grounded out allegedly in the third. He lined out to center and then lined out to second today as well. I think Adams is running, and so too does Pullen, who throws over, and diving back is Skip. No doubles can help you and hurt you. If the outfield was in a different alignment and setup, perhaps that's a caught ball instead of the no doubles mentality where you're playing deeper. But Adams reaches on the pop-up into left center. He's at first. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, 0-2. Ramirez, 223 batter. Jordani, though, over his last 10 games, hitting nearly 325. Pretty good stretch for him. 8 RBIs in the last 10 games. Right now, just trying to put somebody in scoring position, or perhaps an extra base hit to give the Storm the lead. Tied at 4 in the 8th. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. That's in shallow right center field. Who's going to get there? The center fielder making the catch. Adams went halfway and had to hurry back to first as Cody Fuller came charging in, going a little bit to his left, veering along the way, and one center fielder to another. Gone is Ramirez. This is the time of the night where you might not catch one right off the bat, not see it the way you would with the lights fully on or in daylight, but twilight time here in Rancho, and see if that factors in tonight. Here's Josh Howard. He's had a good series, to say the least. He's 2 for 4 today. First pitch, called strike. It's pulling ahead, 0-1. Howard 6 for 13 in the series. 2 hits Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 today. Move to first, and that's just playing catch with Michael Collins. I wouldn't be stunned if you do send Adams here. Worst case scenario, you do have Howard leading off when we get to the 9th. But Josh also capable of pulling one down the line or going the other way, and maybe you slice yourself an extra base hit and score a run. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. What am I missing? TV on here in the press box. Storm led by 2 after trailing by 2, and Quakes got 2 in the 6th to tie it up. We're now in the 8th. Runner at first, and that's Adams. Back with a visit over by Aaron Pullen, and just trying to keep Skip close enough. Adams is 9 for 12 in steals, and you do have a gap on the right side with the first baseman holding Skip there, and a left-handed batter at the plate. Pullen set. The 1-1. There goes the runner. A pitch swung on. Lined into left field. Really a floating blooper. Adams has to hold up at second, but it is a base hit for Josh Howard. And the Storm get a couple of singles in the inning. Not much on either of those. Skip had the high pop-up. Howard just pushes one the other way, a little slap piece in the left. But Josh has his first 3-hit game of the series, and it brings up Sean Kazmar.
Number 4, Sean Kazmar.
Kazmar extended his hitting streak to 3 in a row. Baby steps, yes, but 1 for 4 today. He singled in the 7th last inning on a line drive to left. That's when he had squared initially to bunt. Ended up ripping a pitch into left. Right-handed hitter. First pitch. Missing outside, 1-0. Poland worked out of trouble. That was set up by Fernando Rodriguez. The Rancho starter gave up singles back-to-back in the 7th. Kazmar had the latter of those 2. And then Poland got his 3 outs to wiggle out of trouble. The 1-0 pitch. Check swing, or did he? On the appeal, Blue's going to say no. Wow. That's a break for Kazmar. The intent was there, and played umpire. No, he doesn't. Yeah, the shake of the head. 85 games for Kazmar. 31 RBI. Chance right here to break up a 4-4 tie in the 8th. The right-hander set. Looks to second. The 2-0 to Kazmar. Taken down low, 3-0. And on deck is Peter Ciafrone. Not sure if Poland would rather throw a strike here to Kazmar and take his chances, or deal with Ciafrone and no bases open. Storm with 12 hits in the contest. The 3-0 pitch. There's a called strike, 3-1. That was borderline, but throw it in the neighborhood, get the call, and get back to work. 3-1 coming up, and now Ricky Renteria, the manager, in the third base coaching box. That's a rarity. And now he'll step away from the confines, but he's flashed the signs. The 3-1. Called strike on the outer half, working something off speed there, an 83-mile-an-hour pitch, and 3-2 the count. So what you have now is you'll have him off and running. Adams from second, Howard at first, the infield playing back, and a 3-2 coming up to Kazmar. Ciafrone chomping at the bit. He wants to swing the stick. He's on deck. Poland has the sign from the stretch. The 3-2 pitch. Missing outside, also gets away back of the catcher, and hurrying after it is Tim Duff. He didn't have to hustle with any urgency just to make sure that Adams doesn't come around from third with delusions of scoring. But with Bobby Mitchell, the manager, leaving Rancho's third base dugout, Quakes are going to go to the pen, and we will as well. In the 8th, tied at 4, bases full, 2 outs. One of the Storm RBI leaders, Peter Ciafrone, tied for the team lead. He's due up, and against the southpaw, Micah Posey, who started on Thursday. So we'll get you numbers on Poland, tell you more about Posey. Keep it tuned to Cash 1700. Back with more play-by-play coverage after this pitching change timeout.
CM Wash Equipment, your pressure wash equipment dealer, servicing the Inland Empire, LA, Orange, and San Diego counties. The Storm thanks CM Wash Equipment for the fine pressure wash system used to maintain the diamond. Pressure washers, steam cleaners, wastewater recovery, and filtration systems. CM Wash Equipment has the solution to your cleaning challenge. With nearly 20 years experience, CM Wash Equipment specializes in providing solutions through custom designed systems with prompt, reliable service. CM Wash Equipment, your pressure wash equipment dealer, located in Lake Elsinore.
Why is it when someone says, to make a long story short, it's usually too late? Well, here's something short and sweet. First Horizon Home Loans. If you're thinking about buying a home, you should know that First Horizon is committed to making the mortgage process as simple and straightforward as possible, so you can start enjoying your new home right away. Now that's a short story with a happy ending. First Horizon Home Loans. Get home with less stress.
Don't shop for your home unprepared. Call Robert Zevers at 951-490-3434 to get pre-qualified.
All loans subject to approval. Certain restrictions may apply. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Left-handed reliever and a starter as well. He'll get back into a reliever's role, but Micah Posey, who began the year out of the pen, he's been a starter 16 times as well, including Thursday's game here at the Epicenter, when Posey went 6 impressive innings, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, and was in line for a win until the Storm rallied to take away a victory from the southpaw, 6'4", 225-pounder out of Tallahassee, Florida. He was looking for his 4th win. Instead, he got the no decision, but he enters the ball game here in the 8th with Aaron Poland done after going, 1 2/3. 3 on, 2 outs. Peter Ciafrone at the plate in a lefty-lefty matchup. Posey from the stretch has the sign. Ciafrone 1 for 4 in the game. First pitch, fastball a little low, 1-0. Let me look back to Thursday's game. Ciafrone against Posey, walked, struck out, and singled. So he went 1 for 2. Peter today singled back in the 6th on the pop-up, grounded out in the 7th. Couple of ground outs earlier, missed out, I thought, on a hit and an RBI and a nice deflection by the starter in the 3rd for Rancho. Well, right now it's Adams at 3rd, Howard at 2nd, Kazmar at 1st. We're tied at 4. The 1-0, missing outside and low, 2-0. Not an easy position to come into the game, certainly a precarious moment with Posey, 94 innings on the year, 48 walks. Every 2 innings he's walking somebody. He goes 2-0 on Ciafrone with a cleanup hitter, Costa on deck. Here's the pitch. That's swung on. That's well struck, hit high and deep out into right center field, to the track, to the wall, and this baseball is gone. The 2nd grand slam hit by a Storm player this year. Ciafrone in his 50th game of the year gets his 4th home run, his 1st grand slam. He knew it right away. He hit it off the scoreboard and video board out in right center field, and with a swing of the bat, the Lake Elsinore Storm have taken an 8-4 lead here in Rancho. Ciafrone now with 52 RBI. He is the team leader. And that's 52 ribs in 50 games. That's good stuff. It didn't help that with no base open, the 2-0, you knew you were going to get a pitch to hit. And Ciafrone just waited back and banged it out into right center. Here's Nick Costa, right-handed hitter. 1 for 4 in the game, and first pitch down and in. May have had a little message to it, maybe a frustration pitch there from the reliever Posey. But he comes out of the pen and gives up the slam. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Eric Bennett, the pitching coach, wants to jog out, say a few words, and just settle down Micah Posey. Fans of the Storm waited until May 7th to get their first grand slam of the season. 10 weeks later, they get their 2nd, but it changes a 4-4 game to an 8-4 game. And now a 2-0 coming up to Costa. The pitch, swung on, ground to the 3rd baseman, 2-hopper for Sandoval, who was playing back. He's got the long throw, but an accurate one, and Costa retired, but boy, it's after the damage has been done. A 1-out single, a 2-out single, and a walk, and then the slam from Ciafrone. We're through 7.5 in Rancho. Keep it tuned to 1700. Lake Elsinore 8, Rancho Cucamonga 4.
Are you suffering from pizza and micro-brewed beer deprivation? Well, suffer no more. The new owners of Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company have initiated their awesome new lunch specials for every budget. From pizza to salads to oven-toasted sandwiches and much more. The same mind-blowing pizza that we've all come to know and love. Hand-tossed and stone-baked, the purest mozzarella and toppings to the roof. You can look, but you simply can't find a better pizza than at Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company. And their micro-brewery produces some of the best beer on the planet. Try their famous micro-sampler. You may never want to leave. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company is now family-owned and operated, and they want to invite your family to come and join the fun. Hey, they even have a full arcade for the kids, a true neighborhood pizzeria and local brewery. Happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. daily. $6.50 a pitcher, $1.75 a mug, domestic. Now that's a happy hour. Stuck in traffic? Call ahead and have it ready. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company, your neighborhood pizzeria on Madison and Hot Springs Road, across from Walmart. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company. It's all good.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use towards a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. And save up up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Leading by 4 with closer out of Ramona, California, Neil Jameson into the ball game. Lake Elsinore, a day off tomorrow. And Jameson replacing right-handed reliever Richie Daigle, who now is in line for the win. After Daigle last inning gave up a 2-out double, and then Josh Howard came running in to make a diving catch off the bat of Ryan Leahy to take away a hit from Leahy and deprive Rancho from taking the lead. Storm responded by picking up 4 runs on the grand slam by Peter Ciafrone. They sent 7 to the plate in the 8th, and now bottom of the 8th, it's Jameson on the mound, and at the plate, Drew Toussaint. 1 for 3 in the game. Right-handed hitter. First pitch fastball, a strike. It's 0-1. Infield spread out, playing deep. Jameson's 0-1. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2 the count. So the roller coaster today, Storm and the Quakes scoreless through 3. Rancho went up 1-0 in the 4th, 2-0 after 5. Storm took a 4-2 lead. And then Rancho tied it up bottom of 6. Storm get the 4-run 8th, and here we are, bottom of 8. The 0-2 from Jameson, called strike 3, and Drew Toussaint, you, my friend, can sit down. He singled and scored in the 6th, but the NHL hat trick, and also a couple of words for Blue on his walk back. Give him heck, Drew. But also, sit down, gone on the strikeout. And it brings up Tim Duff. Duff, 1 for 3 today. Right-handed batter. First pitch swinging. Flips one out into right center. That's going to fall for a hit. And Tim Duff, 178 batter. 2 for 4 ball game. He went first pitch swinging. Lifted it out into right center field. And Neil Jameson will work from the stretch. Jameson is second in the Cal League in saves with 21. His former college teammate, San Jose's right-handed closer, Brian Anderson, has 28 to pace the league. But also Jameson now tied for the league lead in appearances. He started the year as well in the Midwest League. Here's top of the order, Nate Sutton. Left-handed batter, shows bunt, pulls back with a pitch for a strike, 0-1. There's baseball to be played, 5 outs, but it's a Storm bullpen that has the advantage over a Rancho bullpen. Nobody's up for the Storm. The Quakes have a right-hander warming up. That's Michelle Simard. 0-1 pitch. Taken down low, 1-1. Neil Jameson with Lake Elsinore, 2 wins, 5 losses. 21 for 25 in saves, but those 4 blown saves all against High Desert and all at the diamond. And all resulted in losses for Jameson, not only the team. 1-1, called strike on a pitch that seemed up for Sutton, the batter, 1-2 the count. Nate, 5-game hitting streak, DHing today and leading off for the Quakes, but 0 for 3 with a walk. 277 batter. Couple of home runs in the series, a triple as well. The walk-off that he won't forget. And the 1-2 breaking ball, missing outside, trying to nibble on the outdoor, and 2-2 the count. Storm 8, Quakes 4. A Storm win today, and Lake Elsinore would take 3 of 4 in the series, but also winners of 8 of their last 10. Jameson's pitch, swung on, hit high to right field, crossed it going back. Nick's now going to turn and look up, and this baseball to the track end wall and gone. It's a 2-run game. Roller coaster. It's an 8-6 ball game, and Sutton hits his 3rd of the series. Nate Sutton, chicks dig the long ball. He had 3 home runs in his first 74 games. And Nate goes deep to make it an 8-6 game. Neil Jameson, over the course of now 39 games, has allowed 7 home runs. So the 1-out floater by the 178 hitter Duff, and then the 2-run home run by Sutton. He's hit in 6 straight. And here's Freddy Sandoval, 2 for 4 in the game. Switch hitter batting left-handed. First pitch outside, 1-0. Don't think today's the day to just, let it go by. No. bear down and get 27 outs and go get a win. 4-run lead cut in half, and the 1-0 swung on, pulled foul down the first base line, 1-1. Lead-off strikeout, it seems simple enough. Up by 4 with 5 outs to play, and now up by 2 with 5 outs to play. And also, you're running into some guys that can do some damage with Rodriguez and Collins to follow. The 1-1, fastball outside, 2-1. Nate Sutton. He's going to remember this series. 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball for a strike. It's even up 2-2. Sutton now has as many home runs as he does triples. He leads the Quakes in triples, tied for the team lead. 2-2 pitch. Jameson's off speed has popped up left side. Shortstop Skip Adams to his right. And in shallow left, making a catch, gone is Sandoval. I think that's an important out. Why? Because Rodriguez is stepping up. That's why. A solo jack, you still have the lead. A 2-run jack, no, you don't. And nobody on 2 outs. With Jameson taking on Sean Rodriguez. He hits 300. He's got a cannon arm. He's got 20 doubles, tied for the team lead. He's got 18 home runs, second in the league. Today, 2 singles, a walk, and a fly out. Right-handed batter, first pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. (6-4) Lake Elsinore, bottom of 8. Jameson's 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, inside, 2-0. And you can't pitch yourself into a save situation. Let me go tie my shoes, come back out, and get an out and look for 3 more in the 9th for a save. No, it doesn't work like that. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, driven out into center field. Ramirez going back to the warning track. This baseball is gone, and it is a 1-run game. Driven out into center field, it's 8-7. Rancho has put up 2 home runs and 3 runs in the inning. Rodriguez hits his 3rd of the series. And Rodriguez now 4 away from Cal League leader Mark Reynolds. Storm may want to get the bullpen up. We'll see. But Rodriguez, 3 for 4 in the game, follows up Sandoval's pop-up with the home run. And had Sandoval reached, it would all be tied. Instead, the tying run at the plate in Michael Collins. 1 for 3 in the game. He's hit in 4 straight in this series. First pitch, called strike. Jameson ahead, 0-1. Home runs are becoming a little more plentiful now off of Neal. He's allowed 8 in 40 innings in the Cal League. The 0-1, swung on, left side, diving effort by Hagan. The third baseman only able to slow it down, and it's Collins aboard on a 2-out single. Hagan was playing back. Collins gets his 2nd hit of the ball game, and now tying run is aboard, and Cody Fuller striding to the plate. Here's what Jameson has done. Neal got a strikeout, gave up a single, a 2-run home run, got an out. Sean Rodriguez drives a pitch over the center field wall to make it a 1-run game, and now pitching coach Steve Weber makes a very slow and laborious walk to the mound. Nobody up in the Storm pen. This is Jameson's game for the moment. We'll see what the 9th inning holds, but another wild one in Rancho. The Storm, they've averaged 8 runs per ball game in this series, and they have met their quota, but they may need some more. Discussion is over. Manager Rick Renteria from the dugout on the first base side, flashing some defensive signs to position his outfielders. But here's Cody Fuller. He had hit in 9 straight. That ended yesterday, 0 for 3 today with a walk. Right-handed batter, first pitch, fastball called strike, 0-1. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Both teams 13 hits, but here for Rancho in the 8th, they've got 2 singles, 2 home runs. 0-1 offering. Swung on line, right side above the Storm dugout. Off the netting, thankfully protecting the fans, and then bounces out near the chalk, near the first baseline, and 0-2. Jameson wipes away some sweat. Standing on the slope of the mound on the first base side, and now will position that right foot. Looks in for the sign from the catcher, Hundley. 2 outs, runner at first. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball a little bit up, 1-2. A Rancho win. They can get within 2.5 of the Storm. In the Cal League Southern Division, they need help as well today from Modesto, who plays host to High Desert. High Desert tied with Lake Elsinore as well at 13-9. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on the slow off speed. Cody Fuller, yes you can. Sit down. Couple of Ks in the inning for Jameson, but also damage done. Rancho sends 7 to the plate. They trailed by 4. They now trail by 1. They pick up 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, a runner left. We're through 8 complete at the Epicenter in Rancho. Lake Elsinore 8, Rancho 7. We'll be back.
At Rancho Ford, we know salespeople can be intimidating, but Rancho Ford salespeople are nice, like that really nice guy who can't get a date because he's such a good friend. To illustrate this point, for the remainder of this commercial, we are replacing the term salespeople with the more appropriate descriptor, nice guys. Come on down to Rancho Ford and let one of our nice guys show you our huge selection of Ford vehicles. Rancho Ford, just off the 15 freeway in the Temecula Auto Mall. Rancho Ford puts the Ford in affordable.
You know the goal of a baseball game is to get home quickly, and nothing is more exciting than a play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about dinner. All Farmer John products, ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs are made fresh right here in the Southland, so they can get to your home plate as quickly as possible. Farmer John is the preferred hot dog of the Lake Elsinore Storm for the entire 2005 season. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Storm fans, when you choose Centex Homes to be your home builder, you're choosing a home builder and a home company that continuously receives recognition for excellence from its own industry and from the financial community as well. Centex Homes is known as the most admired big builder, and you can see all the homes that Centex Homes has to offer at CentexHomes.com. Our new Fox and Jacobs master plan community is located east of the 15 off the Central Avenue exit. When you're buying a home, make it a Centex home.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
Now, back to Lake Elsinore Storm baseball on Cash 1700.
Hope you're hanging in there, Storm fans. Thanks for being a part of a wild one here on Cash 1700, live from the Epicenter in Rancho. Finishing touches, hopefully so, on a 4-game series, but we're through 8 complete, 8-7 Storm. It's gone like this. Quakes by a run, then by 2. Storm got 4 in the 6th to lead by 2. Rancho 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Storm 4 in the 8th. Quakes 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And here we are. Top of 9 reliever Kevin Jepsen in for Rancho against Storm number 5 hitter, first baseman Tim Brown. Brown is singled twice, grounded out and walked, 2 for 3. And Jepsen from the stretch will kick and fire. First pitch hit him. Kerplunk in the back. And Brown, who leads the Storm in hit by pitches, will take his base for the 13th time this year, getting hit by a pitch. You know who leads Rancho? Michael Collins, the guy that Brown is standing next to over there at first base. Collins has been hit by a pitch 23 times. That's a lot of bruises. You can trade secrets over there at first base. Hey, how many times this year for you? 13. Really? That's a lot. Yeah, how about 23? Poor Collins. But Brown is at first. Welcome to the game, Kevin Jepsen. Come out of the pen, and Brownie wears one in the back. Here's Nick Hundley. Is he bunting? I don't think he is. Right-handed hitter. First pitch. Fastball high. Didn't show signs of a bunt. 1-0. The equation here is you have Hundley, who's been swinging a hot stick, but also Brown not as swift at first base. He needs to make sure he gets a decent secondary lead if they are bunting. The 1-0. Fastball high. 2-0. The reliever Jepsen, 32 games out of the pen before tonight. 2 wins, 2 losses, a 3.67 earned run average, and 12 for 16 in saves. But this is not a save opportunity. Rancho trails by 1, and Jepsen trying to keep it that way to let the bats come alive when we get to the bottom of the ninth. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Quakes. The 2-0 to Hundley. There's a fastball for a strike. 2-1. The Storm get the grand slam from Peter Ciafrone with 2 outs. Last inning to go up 4. And then Rancho has 2 home runs in the bottom of the 8th. A 2-run jack and a solo jack. The 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball for a strike. 2-2. Against the Storm, Lynch has been in 6 games before today, 0-1, with a 5 earned run average in 5+ innings of work. 16 outs he's recorded. Two-two pitch, swung on, fouled right side out of play, and we'll do 2-2 again. And forgive me, Jepsen's numbers, I was reading Lynch's numbers. Jepsen has been in 6 before today, but 1-1 with an 8.5 earned run average against Lake Elsinore. The Storm have hit .444 against Jepsen. He's recorded 19 outs against Lake Elsinore, and he's allowed 12 hits. The first hit of this inning was the hit by pitch. Browns at first. Hundley awaiting the 2-2. Jepsen's pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled back. And everything's been up in the zone, primarily from Jepsen. Broad shoulders, jersey 46 on his back. 6'3", 215-pounder out of Chandler, Arizona. From the stretch when he goes with that high leg kick, he's got a little bit of Trevor Hoffman to his game. He'd like to have 460 saves to his game as well. And the money. That would be nice. 2-2 pitch. Off speed. Got him looking. So he changed speeds and gets the punch out looking. And Hundley is out number 1. Nick has hit in 5 straight, 1 for 5 in the game. But out number 1 in the 9th. And here's Matt Hagan. Hagan has played first in the series on Thursday, second base on Friday and Saturday. Today, playing the hot corner there at third. Looped a single into center in the second. 1 for 4 today. 174 hitter. Storm by a run in the 9th. 1 out, runner at first. First pitch, missing high, 1-0. Skip Adams on deck. Jordania Ramirez after that. Storm Club that had no runs, 3 hits through 5 innings. They now have 8 runs and 13 hits. Busy again tonight against Rancho after the 5th. The 1-0 changeup up and in, 2-0. Certainly you'd rather be up 1 than down 1, but the way Rancho rallied in the 8th against Neil Jameson, Storm would take an extra insurance run or 2. Infield playing back with the exception of the first baseman Collins. The 2-0. There's a fastball for a strike, 94 miles an hour. It's 2-1. When you have a changeup mid-70s and go mid-90s fastball in the next pitch, the adjustment there made by Jepsen, and Hagan saw 2 different varieties. 2-1 coming up. Here's the pitch. Fastball line foul. Didn't catch up and hit over the stands. Had a play right side, 2-2. Angels won today, Rancho's parent club. 7-5 at home. Angels have won 11 out of their last 12. Padres have lost 3 straight, got swept this weekend by the Braves. Today, 10-5 Atlanta. And the Dodgers lost in St. Louis, 11-3. There's a local report. 2-2 to Hagan. Fastball high as the catcher Duff had to reach up for it, and 3-2 the count. Question here, do you go potential strikeout throwout? Brown's the runner at first base. 3-2 coming up. Put it in play, advance the runner, or run the risk of possible strikeout throwout. Runner goes to 3-2, swung on and fouled back. Hagan got a piece of the fastball there. Against Rancho, Hagan today 1 for 4. Almost suits his seasonal numbers. He's now 8 for 25 against Rancho pitching. And that's a far cry from his 174 seasonal numbers against the league. Skip Adams on deck. He's 2 for 4. But it's Hagan's at the plate. Hagan, that is, against Kevin Jepsen. The pitch with the runner going, taken down low. There's the base on balls, and down to second base goes Brown, who had been hit by a pitch. The first one thrown by Jepsen to start this 9th inning. First and second for Skip Adams. Kind of expecting the Storm to go with a potential pinch runner. Well, actually, who do you have as options then if Brown came out of the game? Hagen's already playing third, and they will. They'll go with the pinch runner, Tim Turner. Chase Headley, who had been on the bench, Headley will leave the Storm dugout. He'll hurry down the line to the right field corner to do some warm-up and play some catch because he'll go into third base defensively. Hagen would go from third to first because Tim Brown is being pinch run for by Tim Turner. Plenty of speed now at second base. Turner, former football star, wide receiver at East Tennessee State. One of the fastest minor leaguers for the Padres. In pinch running here in the top of the ninth. He's at second base. Hagen at first. Skip Adams at the plate. And now a single could score a run a little bit easier. First pitch. Fastball to strike at the knees. 0-1 as Jepsen goes 93 on the radar gun to get ahead in the count. Storm 8, Quakes 7. Adams today, an RBI double in the 6th. He also doubled and scored in the 8th. And 2 for 4 in the game. He also had a couple of groundouts. The 0-1, swing and a miss on the fastball. 0-2 the count. The outfield not playing in with Turner's speed. If you can get one through the infield, have a chance to go up by 2. I think they would score. We'll see. Catcher sets up away. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside and low, 1-2. So a ball game that I had predicted wisely before the game was going to go 2 hours, 24 minutes. And we'll be staring at 3:24 before 2:24 and on me, forever bringing up the thought. Tomorrow's a day off, so I'm cutting into my free time, but that's okay. The 1-2 pitch. Off speed, chopped left side, could be 2. Third baseman Sandoval gloves it, steps on the bag, throws across. They get the double play. So Adams bounces into the 5-3 DP. With Turner, the pinch runner, gone at third. Adams gone at first, and it's Jepsen who worked out of a little trouble. He had hit a batter, he had walked a batter, but he gets the double play. And fans, we are through 8.5. Storm need 3 outs. Rancho needs a run to tie 2 for the victory. We'll see how it goes in Rancho. 8-7, Lake Elsinore.
Is your corporate image confused by multiple designs? Are you trying to coordinate with 3 or 4 different vendors to get your advertising and marketing materials produced? Robinson Printing is the perfect solution, and we do it all under one roof. Robinson Printing specializes in quality, full-color digital offset printing. We also offer creative graphic design, digital commercial photography, and complete in-house bindery. Located in Temecula, call us at 951-296-0300 or visit us online at robinsonprinting.com.
BAB Financial Services has the right home loan for you. For all your residential financial needs, call 951-323-1872. In business since 1987, BAB Financial Services offers quick turnarounds and no surprises. Whether you are credit challenged to A-plus credit, hit a home run with your next home loan. Act now on a new purchase or refinance with great rates. And for honest, ethical advice at all times, call BAB Financial Services at 951-323-1872. An equal opportunity lender.
I work all day, Dr. Phil, and okay, fine, I guess I'm sort of a homebody, so I feel like it's really never going to happen for me.
Look, love is not like the pizza man. Hi, I'm going door to door looking for a life partner. Not going to happen.
Dr. Phil is now on Match.com. His insights inspire millions every day and help them find love. Now with our free starter kit, you can see if we're right for you. Visit Match.com, the #1 site for love.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700.
Bottom of 9, Neil Jameson on the mound against left-handed hitting right fielder Cliff Remily. First pitch strike, Storm 8, Quakes 7. Remily, 6-game hitting streak, doubled his last time up. 1 for 3 today. 0-1 pitch. Called strike. Wow, that's generous on the outside corner. Take it if you're Jameson. Remily has a couple of comments for Blue, and I don't blame you, Cliff, but the bottom line is it's a strike and you're down 0-2. Oh, my good friends, the umpires. Jameson came in last inning. Faced 7 batters, gave up 3, and now looking for 3 outs. The 0-2 to Remily. Missing outside, 1-2. Ramos went 5. Roberts worked 1. Daigle in line for the win, worked a scoreless 7th, and Jameson just trying to finish things off. Storm closer came in a non-save situation, and now the 1-2 to Remley. Missing outside, 2-2. Nobody's up in the Storm pen, Neil. Jameson, it is his game. Remley, Leahy, Toussaint, 6, 7, 8 in the Rancho lineup. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, pop foul, behind home plate to the seats, and no clean play there. You make that catch at the Diamond, lunch for two, thanks to Chipotle Mexican Grill in Temecula, where you make the play, you don't pay. Lunch for two, but you got to make the catch. Both teams 13 hits. Quakes with a couple errors. The Storm won. The 2-2 to Remley. Fastball. Oh, Blue, don't be afraid to stretch it a little. 3-2 the count. Maybe the difference in that at bat is Blue knew that he messed up the second pitch to Remley, and that becomes maybe a little payback, but still, that's more of a strike than a ball. The 3-2 to Remley. Fastball, swing and a miss. He chased one away, and gone is Cliff. Jameson gets his third K in relief. Cliff Remley, you, my friend, can sit down. Gone on the punch-out. The Storm have 7 Ks today. Ramos, the starter, got 4. Cesar gets a no decision instead of his 6th win. Here's Ryan Leahy. 1 for 4, RBI single in the 4th. Hitting .375 in the series, .253 on the year. Squared at the plate, right-handed batter. Jameson deals. First pitch swung on, fouled back, 0-1. Storm will play host to Rancho at the Diamond. A week from tomorrow, they'll be at home for a 7-game homestand against Rancho and then Modesto. Also, these teams meet in 2 4-game series in August, one in Lake Elsinore, one at the Epicenter. The 0-1, good off speed for a strike. Jameson ahead 0-2. Been a roller coaster ride. It's been an entertaining series for the fans. Rancho had the walk-off home run on Friday to even the series a game apiece. Yesterday's game was 3-2 until the 9th. In an 8-2 Storm win when Lake Elsinore put up 5 in that final frame to post what looked to be a runaway win, but it was close throughout. Here today, back and forth. 8-7 Storm, bottom of 9. The 0-2 to Leahy. Swing and a miss. Jameson gets 3 consecutive strikeouts. 2 here in the 9th. 4 of his 5 outs are Ks, and Ryan Leahy, yes, you can sit down. Here's Drew Toussaint. Toussaint 1 for 4 in the ballgame. And forgive me, Pat Riley will be pinch hitting. Take away the right-handed bat of Toussaint, go with the left-handed stick of Riley. Riley in the series, 1 for 12. He had a base hit on Friday in Game 2 when he had a single. Comes into this ball game with a batting average of .263, and he will pinch hit for Drew Toussaint. Open stance at the plate. Jameson, the righty, kicks and fires. First pitch, missing away, about knee-high, 1-0. Again, Riley, 1 for 12 in the series. 2 outs, bottom of 9. The 1-0, breaking ball down low, 2-0. And let me say this, on deck, Tim Duff. And actually, you see who's swinging the stick there? Ben Johnson would pinch hit. And then it's the top of the order, Nate Sutton, who's already hit 3 home runs in the series, 1 tonight. 8-7 Storm, bottom of 9. The 2-0 from Jameson. Fastball called strike. Outside corner, take it if you're Neal, 2-1. Rancho, they've lost 2 or 3 in this series. The 2-1 swung on, fouled back, 2-2. But a Quakes club that will be battling the Storm and Lancaster. If none of those teams, as mentioned, win the second half, they'd all be vying for the wild card spot in the Cal League Southern Division. The Storm in control right now, but there's still basically about 7 weeks of the season left. 47 games after tonight. 2 outs, nobody on. And a 2-2 coming up. Jameson has the sign. The pitch, missing down and in, nearly hit the batter Riley, and 3-2 the count. Chase Headley, the new third baseman. Apologies there, I made mention in the top of the 9th, but Headley is at third. Matt Hagan is at first. Jameson has the sign. The 3-2 offering, swing and a miss, and gone on the punch out is the pinch hitter Riley. Jameson's final 4 outs, all strikeouts swinging. He doesn't get the save, but he does secure a win. Lake Elsinore hangs on to take 3 of 4 at the Epicenter in Rancho. The Storm improved their record to 50-43, 14-9 in the second half. Meanwhile, the Quakes at 42-52, falling to 10-14. The Storm as well now 8-3 in Rancho, 10-4 overall against their I-15 rivals. And tonight, it's a final 8-7 Lake Elsinore. Thanks for being a part of the play-by-play. I'm Sean McCall. It's Eddie in studio at Cash 1700. Don't go too far. We're going to come on back with the Lake Elsinore Hotel and Casino Storm post-game show. It's coming up next.
You've been listening to Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball on Cash 1700. The Storm wish to thank the following sponsors for their support all season long. Storm Baseball is brought to you by 74 Motorsports, Albert Hill Ranch, Anheuser-Busch, Arrowhead Credit Union, BAB Financial Services, BAM Promotional Products, Best Western, California Coast Credit Union, Carl's Jr., Chipotle, Colonial Investment Group, Community Little Book. Stay tuned. Coming up next is the Lake Elsinore Storm post-game show on Cash 1700.
If you're in the market for a used car, prepare to get more than you're expecting. Now you can choose your favorite car, truck, or SUV from over 300 in stock, like Fords, Toyotas, Chevys, and Nissans. Plus, every car we sell is certified. We'll also give you a 3-day money-back guarantee, a 30-day exchange policy, and even a 90-day limited warranty. See retailer for details and restrictions. If you're in the market for a used car, we're in the market to exceed your expectations. Come and see us at Saturn of Temecula on Inez Road.
Are you suffering from pizza and micro-brewed beer deprivation? Well, suffer no more. The new owners of Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company have initiated their awesome new lunch specials for every budget. From pizza to salads to oven-toasted sandwiches and much more. The same mind-blowing pizza that we've all come to know and love. Hand-tossed and stone-baked, the purest mozzarella and toppings to the roof. You can look, but you simply can't find a better pizza than at Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company. And their micro-brewery produces some of the best beer on the planet. Try their famous micro sampler. You may never want to leave. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company is now family-owned and operated, and they want to invite your family to come and join the fun. Hey, they even have a full arcade for the kids, a true neighborhood pizzeria and local brewery. Happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. daily. $6.50 a pitcher, $1.75 a mug, domestic. Now that's a happy hour. Stuck in traffic? Call ahead and have it ready. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company, your neighborhood pizzeria on Madison and Hot Springs Road, across from Walmart. Murrieta Pizza and Brewing Company. It's all good.
Here it comes, swing! Look at there! Look at there!
Nothing beats baseball. Hot dogs cooking, peanut vendors, the crack of the bat.
Yeah, baseball is great, and you look ready for the season, decked out in the eyes of the Storm.
The Lake Elsinore Storm games have these great giveaway days, and we get lots of cool items.
Sweet. What else did you get?
Well, we got a hat one night, a t-shirt another game. My kids got backpacks, and that's just a few games we went to.
Man, that's awesome. I see there's a company logo on the back of your hat.
There is, but on the front, it's the Eyes of the Storm, the #1 selling logo in all of minor league baseball.
This would be a great way for me to get my company name out into the community.
It sure is, and the items are saved and displayed, like bobbleheads, hats, Thunderdolls.
What?
I'm Dawn with BAM Promotional Products, and I supply items for the Storm giveaways.
Wow.
No BAM. Promotional Products and the Lake Elsinore Storm have opportunities for your company to reach thousands of people. Call the Storm at 951-245-HITS or Dawn at BAM Promotional Products, 296-1733. It's time for your business to step up to the plate with the Storm and BAM. Play ball.
XSE 1700 AM, Tecate, Baja California.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
It's time for the Lake Elsinore Storm post-game show on Cash 1700. Brought to you by the Lake Elsinore Hotel and Casino, located just a long home run away from the Diamond, and inviting guests to stop on by for poker, blackjack, and the best deal in town. With a recap of the ball games, a check on the out-of-town scoreboard, and more, let's go back out to the ballpark and join Sean McCall on Cash 1700.
Welcome back to the Epicenter in Rancho. Welcome as well to tonight's Lake Elsinore Hotel and Casino Storm post-game show. No Bud Blackjack, better odds in Vegas, 24-hour restaurant service with affordability. Make sure you're a part of the 2006 $250,000 Road to Riches at the Lake Elsinore Hotel and Casino. Winning ways tonight, all right, for your Storm. The Padres affiliate over the Angels affiliate in Rancho. 8-7 Lake Elsinore. For the winning team, 8 runs, 13 hits, and an error. For the losing team, 7 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors. The victory goes to reliever Richie Daigle, now 5-0. The loss to reliever Aaron Pullen, now 0-1. And in a roller coaster ride tonight, turns out to be Peter Ciafrone's game-winning hit, the grand slam in the 8th to put the Storm up by an 8-4 margin, only to see Rancho respond in the bottom of the 8th with a one-out single. Nate Sutton's 2-run home run. 1 out later, Sean Rodriguez hit the 2-run home run. Rodriguez is 19th of the season. He is second in the Cal League in home runs. He leads Rancho in that department, and that got the Quakes within a run. Neil Jameson then gave up a single to Michael Collins. The tying run was aboard, and Cody Fuller, who had a 9-game hitting streak, snapped yesterday, was at the plate with a chance to give Rancho the lead or perhaps tie things up, but he struck out to end the 8th. Neil Jameson then had 3 straight strikeouts to end the 9th, and Jameson did not get a save. He came in with an 8-4 lead, a 4-run advantage, a non-save situation, but he certainly did secure a victory with the final 4 outs and a Storm club that wins their 50th game of the year. They also lead the season series against their I-15 rivals, 10 wins to 4. The Storm will enjoy a day off tomorrow. The Quakes will as well and return to action on Tuesday, but Lake Elsinore will be at home against Inland Empire. We'll talk more about what's on deck, get you scores from the Bigs, pick tonight's Carl's Jr. All-Star or All-Stars to the game, and then get the heck out of here. But for now, reminding you to visit our friends a long home run away from the Diamond at the Lake Elsinore Hotel and Casino tonight, winning ways for the Storm 8-7 in Rancho Cucamonga. We'll take the break. It's Eddie in studio. I'm Sean McCall. Keep it tuned to Cash 1700. Back with some closing thoughts right after this.
Former UCLA Bruin quarterback Matt Stevens and Paradise Chevy spokesperson Rachel York.
Matt, when was the last time you were moved by an offer?
Back in 1984. We're playing the University of Nebraska, and all game long, those big Husker linemen kept offering to move me to the sidelines permanently.
I remember you were sacked 6 times.
7.
Ouch! Well, here's a play call that can really have you moving.
Hut. Now move out in a brand new 2005 Chevy Tahoe LS at just $28,495 net from Paradise Chevrolet. On approval of credit, $28,495 net price after $2,500 factory plus $1,500 loyalty rebate. The number 148536.
Paradise Chevrolet. Temecula Auto Mall.
You know the goal of a baseball game is to get home quickly, and nothing is more exciting than a play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about dinner. All Farmer John products, ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs are made fresh right here in the Southland, so they can get to your home plate as quickly as possible. Farmer John is the preferred hot dog of the Lake Elsinore Storm for the entire 2005 season. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Are you looking for a place for your home team, your family? Families who want variety, value, and growing room are finding a winning combination at Alberhill Ranch in Lake Elsinore. An easy commute from North San Diego, Orange, and Riverside counties. This Newcastle and Cook master plan includes new parks, a new school, and 3 diverse neighborhoods now selling from the 400,000. Explore them now at alberhillranch.com. That's alberhillranch.com. Or visit the model homes just off Interstate 15 at Lake Street. Just take the Lake Street exit off the 15 freeway and follow the signs to Alberhill Ranch.
You'll always be safe when you advertise with Community Little Book. Swing for the fence with a full-page color ad. Triple off the wall with a professional-designed half-page ad. Double down the line with an attractive quarter or 8th-page ad, or reach first base safely with an in-column ad. Don't be left out the next edition of the Community Little Book. Call today and let our professional team help you reach thousands of homes and businesses in the valley. Call today, 695-1928, or visit us at CommunityLittleBook.com. Community Little Book, making business phones ring since 1989.
Now, back to the Imperial Capital Bank Studios on Cash 1700, where money talks.
You're listening to the Lake Elsinore Storm post-game show on Cash 1700.
Welcome back. Mostly quiet, not yet vacated here at the Epicenter in Rancho after Sunday home games of the Diamond. Likewise here, where the kids get to run the bases. Tonight, though, it's not after a Quakes victory. It's after a Storm hang-on win, 8-7. Both teams 13 hits, but a Storm club that takes 3 of 4 with a series that began on Thursday, and a Storm club that actually, going back to last Monday, took care of business with 3 straight wins at home against Lancaster, won on Thursday. Friday got beat on a walk-off home run. Last night 8-2, tonight 8-7, and tomorrow the Storm will enjoy a day off. They'll be back at work, if that's what you want to call it, Cal League Baseball on Tuesday at the Diamond. The Mariners affiliate, the first half champs Inland Empire, will be in Lake Elsinore Tuesday through Thursday. That's the 18th through the 20th. For the best available seats, call 951-245-HITS. You can also check things out online at stormbaseball.com. Also in July the 24th through the 30th, Rancho's in town for 4, then the Modesto Nuts for 3, if that makes sense. Then the Storm have a day off again and go on the road for 10 in a row, their longest road trip. So perhaps now's a chance to catch Lake Elsinore, the Padres affiliate, at home for 10 of the next 13 games at the Diamond, and that's what's on deck. As far as the Temecula Motorsports out-of-town scoreboard report, we'll start with the National League, the parent club, the San Diego Padres, today getting swept, or at least the finishing touches of a sweep. Atlanta doubled up the Pods, 10-5 final at Petco. Former Storm Jake Peavy suffered the loss. Peavy now 4-9, but the Padres still in first place in the National League West. Why? Well, every other team in the division lost, including Arizona, getting beat at Chase Field. Milwaukee 10, Arizona 5. The Mets were leading the Cubs 13-7. Actually, it was a 13-7 ball game late in the ninth. I don't have a final, but the Mets were cruising along over the Cubs at Wrigley. Also today, Houston lost at Florida, 9-3 Marlins. Colorado on the road at Cincinnati. Reds had a 5-run eighth and then held on 6-4 final. Washington doubles up Pittsburgh. Both teams scored in the eighth, neither in the ninth. They went into the 11th, where Washington scored 4 times and doubles up the Pirates on the road. Dodgers lost in St. Louis. Albert Pujols 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. And St. Louis cruises along. They sweep the Dodgers, win today 11-3 at New Busch Stadium. Also in the National League, Philadelphia beat San Francisco 6-2 in San Fran. Bonds did hit his 13th of the year. Durham his 14th, but both in a losing cause. In the American League, Rancho's parent club victorious today as the Angels have won 11 of 12. Former Storm Scott Shields the win. Former Storm and Quake Frankie Rodriguez the save. And the Angels 7-5 win in Anaheim over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Cleveland lost at Minnesota. I love Twins. And today, 5-2 Minnesota over the Tribe. Oakland, just a half game. Boston, that is, leading the American League East by a half game after they lose to Oakland. 8-1 final. Red Sox had only 6 hits. The A's pounded out 15 in a victory at Fenway. Texas gets shut out in Baltimore. Former Storm Rodrigo Lopez, a win. Now 6-10 on the year, 4-0 final at Camden Yards. In Canada, Seattle tied things up with a run in the 8th and the 9th. They even the game at 3. Toronto, a run in the 11th, victorious over the Mariners, 4-3 Blue Jays at home. Also, the Yankees sweep the White Sox, 6-4 final today in New York. A-Rod is 20th, Derek Jeter is 6th. The win to Jared Wright, the save to Mariano Rivera, 21st this year, 400th of his storied career. Only 4 pitchers in Major League Baseball history can say that. And also in Detroit, Kansas City, 9-6 winners over the Tigers, who are 62-30. And thinking about some playoff fun come October. How about the Tigers 3 years ago? They lost 119 games. Last year they lost 91 games. And even if they go 500 the rest of the way, they're on pace for 96 wins. But today they got beat at home, 9-6 KC. And that, fans, is your complete Temecula Motorsports out-of-town scoreboard report. Remember, with a full line of Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, and Bombardier, check out TemeculaMotorsports.com today. As far as my Carl's Jr. All-Star or All-Stars of the game, I know Neil Jameson had to work a little bit in the 8th and 9th inning. I just thought for his efforts and persevering and getting those final 4 outs via the strikeout, Jameson joins Peter Ciafrone, who had the grand slam and a 2-hit 4 RBI day, and Josh Howard. He scored 2 runs, a catalyst in the leadoff role. He had 3 hits. Great series for Howard as well. He had 7 hits in the series. Ended up going 7 for 14 today. He's 1 of 3. Carl's Jr. All-Stars of the game, Howard, Ciafrone, and Jameson. Let's wrap it up with a numbers breakdown. We'll do it like this. 8-7 the final. 8 runs, 13 hits, an error for the Storm. 7 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for the Quakes. The win to Daigle, 5-0. The loss to Poland, 0-1. No save in the ballgame. Time of this one, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Announced attendance, 3,919. The Storm are 50-43 with the win. Rancho falls to 42-52. overall. These teams hook up, but not until a week from Monday at the Diamond. Storm will be back at it on Tuesday for the start of a 3-game homestand in Lake Elsinore. Fans, 93 games in the books, 47 more, and then playoff fun in September. But I say thanks for the support. Please, may it continue. Thanks as well to Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes, for the hospitality here at the Epicenter. Thanks to Jeff Joseph, Storm Media Relations Director, making my job a whole lot easier. And thanks to Eddie in studio at Cash 1700, pressing all the right buttons. For everyone involved in Storm baseball, I'm Sean McCall, bidding adieu and saying goodnight from the Epicenter in Rancho with a final 8-7 Lake Elsinore. Enjoy what's left of your Sunday night. Have a terrific Manic Monday. We'll talk to you Tuesday with a pregame show at 6:50 here on Cash 1700. And until then, as always, take care of yourselves and so long, everybody.